Wow. Wow. Okay. Hi. Hi. Hi, Judd. You're right on time. How you doing? Alrighty. Cool. Let's see. Oh yeah, don't start. I was gonna start the music, but that's not the time for that yet. I am exhausted, so, we'll see. We'll see if I, survive this. The stream here. Welcome, Mike. Hello. Hello. Um, yeah. I get into this cycle where I I don't know. Is that music going on? Probably not. Um, hmm, Either way. Um, yeah, I get into this cycle where it's like I have something to do, but then uh it's like, oh, I shouldn't like just start working on it. I need to make sure I take breaks and stuff. Or it's like to get prepared for it, you give a mouse a cookie or something of like, okay, well, I need to get ready to be in the zone to do this. Okay, so what do I need to do? And it's like, okay, maybe I need to have music. I need to have my environment all quiet. I need to have a clean desk. And it's like, I need to find something on YouTube to watch, as I work. And it's like, but then I start to watch the video instead of like getting to work, or it's like I need to basically, like, I just don't get myself to work, and then I slowly fall into like getting scared of like in nervous about not working on it, that then I never actually get to working on it. I get scared that I'm not working on it. Yeah. Hello, welcome, White Flamingo. Yeah, you're perfect on time. I haven't even started the main screen yet. I don't even know if my bubbles are going. I moved the chat just one pixel. Just one pixel more over there. Okay. Um, yeah. So all I have to say is that I wanted to make this Mother's Day video, and I had a whole week or even, a long time to work on this, but I kind of in a way procrastinated, but it doesn't. I feel like it's a different type of category. I'm just um, spiraling down into not working on it, basically. Ugh. Um, let's see. Uh, already reactivated membership subscription. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Super appreciate that. Um, yeah, yeah, that's great. Yeah, you see how Flight Flamingo, I got stuck on inflammation. Gotta keep up for you. White Flamingo has a little muffin next to their name. A little muffin means that they're a member. So I think there's a button right below, or whatever device you got on. There's like a join button somewhere, and then basically just pay like $2-ish, and then a month, and that's how you can subscribe to me, and yeah, help me out. But yeah, you get some cool stuff, and yeah, you can do the emojis there. Those emojis are exclusive to members. So yeah, maybe we can start about now. Boop boop ba doo. Hello. Hi hi. Let's get this rolling. There we go. Okay. I didn't actually read the message. And I realized that my channel has reached 1K subscribers. Wow! I wish I had like a big emote or something. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Does this work? Probably not. Hey! There's a little cheer of the little characters show up at the bottom. Congrats. That's a huge milestone. Is that your first channel, White? Like you haven't done any other kind of social media stuff or anything? Is this your most popular thing, social media thing, I guess? Page or something? Let's see. I know when I hit 1K, it did take me a while. I think probably like a year or something. And it was like a great feeling. I was like, okay, well now I gotta, do the big, 2014, kind of like big YouTube thing and say, okay, gotta make a big video about it and say thank you. So yeah, here's to a lot more for you. Yeah, 2 years, yeah. I guess there's more people nowadays, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, let's see. But yeah, super congrats on that. Let's see. Did you watch Star Fox trailer fan? Yes, I am. I'm planning on, I can segue into this, thank you. Whoop. I have this is my 2026 calendar. I put all my YouTube streams and events and stuff on here, and holidays, to try and keep somewhat on tabs of what's going on. I worked on this a little bit this week, a couple days ago. Let's see, we are here. So you might notice that this says today was going to be a Lego Yoshi, which I think is what we were doing here, actually. We did Lego Yoshi here, so not here. But I'm planning on doing Lego Yoshi. Ooh, nice. Cream color. There you go. Doing it here instead. And so today, it's actually going to be... I need to like be studied for like how my writing is. I should make like a font, like my horrible writing. There you go. Oh my god. Okay, hang on. I gotta warm up too. It's not how I usually draw either. And then glasses. So we're doing Mother's Day thingy there. Let's see. Which technically is also here. So, yeah. I put Star Wars, but I didn't really do anything. Let's see. So we are gonna do Lego Yoshi in 2 weeks maybe? And then Yoshi and a Mysterious Book comes out on May 21st. But I was like, do I want to buy that? As like I realized that I never completed Yoshi's Woolly World on Wii U. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna do Yoshi's Woolly World on Wii U. And then we're just gonna keep playing that until we finish. And we're gonna keep Yoshiing. And then this is now June. So June, so we're gonna, way too much stuff happens. So I wanna finish Woolly World. And then next month, so next June 20th, excuse me, I'll have that stream off, so that's just saving. I will have a nice reprieve where I'll go out and touch grass on that day. So my mom was like, hey, you want to do a cute flower event? And it's like, oh, okay, you know, how long can I stream if I wanted to do both? It's like, oh yeah, I mean, you could probably do like a 1 hour of stream. And it's like, if I just do 1 hour of a stream, I might as well just cancel it full, right? So, be easier, and then I can do a lot more of the outside stuff. So, for the event. So, either way, that's coming up next month. And then you can see a little, oh yeah, but Star Fox here. What does he say? Like fly out. So that's when Star Fox. God, that's okay. So there's Star Fox in the game. This guy's called Fox. The game is called Star Fox, but which is like the 10th game in this series, not to be confused with Star Fox. Get it? Because this guy is Fox McCloud. He's part of the Star Fox team, which on the game that's called Star Fox. But if you want to play Star Fox 93, that's completely different from the remake of the 64 game that's coming out in a month. I think they didn't call it anything else. I gotta call this like the 26 version. But it's the 26, not game, whatever, but it's a remake of 64, whatever. So, on that week, I want to not buy it, and I want to play Star Fox Assault on GameCube, where you run around as Fox, and it goes, well, yeah! And yeah, so I want to do that instead. So I did watch the direct. I actually watched it on time. Like I saw it on Reddit, and people were like freaking out. I was like, why did Miyamoto just tweet that they're doing a Star Fox direct in 10 minutes? So I was like, oh, okay. I watched it live, and I was like, what the? I am a fan, but it's like, just seeing the designs were just like the biggest shock, like the character designs. Even seeing them, then yeah, you're in for a treat. We haven't seen the new designs. They grow it on me. I think the first reveal of it was like, you know, in engine, and it's like Fox was just like so bleh, you know, it was like a really bad lighting, kind of like he's inside the cockpit and is like not the most glamorous, you know, like first impression. And then it just kind of got weirder with the other characters. I am protesting against it because I don't like the design of Cat. I don't like how Cat looks, so I will not be buying the game. Well, that's because I don't have the budget to keep buying every game. Because whoops, Rhythm Heaven Groove comes out the next week. How did that happen? So, I want to play that instead. And then it keeps going. Where then, this is July. Because then Rhythm Heaven Groove comes out. And then it's the 250th of America. And then I want to play Rhythm Heaven Groove for a couple weeks. But then, oh no, Splatoon Raider comes out like in 3 weeks after that. So I was like, oh, should I buy Splatoon Raiders? And I was like, I guess, maybe. I like Splatoon. Or should I play the Splat 1 story? So I don't think I've finished any of the story modes. So it'd be fun to like go back to the first one and finish the story mode there. Work my way through there. Then I realized I never played Wii Sports Resort this year. Someone on either in chat or someone like commented and saying like they were like really into Wii Sports Resort, and I was like, they were like just getting like so up on me, being like, why aren't you playing Wii Sports Resort? And it's like as if I'm like obligated to like play it. So I was like, okay, I'm sorry. So I tried to squeeze it in, so I remembered about it. So I'm gonna put it here, August 1st. Maybe play it 1 or 2 weeks. Then Everfree Northwest is also there. I think next semester, my 3rd semester might be around here. And then here's my birthday. I don't know why I have any. Oh, those are my candles. And then Miku's birthday, Hatsune Miku, is August 31st. Then it gets a little lighter. Like I didn't do anything for September, so there's probably gonna be some sort of shadows drop in September, I guess. October is just basic. October is just LP. Friendship is Magic is gonna be 16 this year. Spooky Ghost. The Wii is gonna have its 20th anniversary. And I figured out that I never finished Twilight Princess. I got to like the final boss, but then the final boss is like in 3 or 4 sections, so I never beat like the second or third phase. So, and I just haven't picked it up in 20 years. So, we'll be doing that maybe, and then Thanksgiving, and then December. Oh, it's Jed's birthday. I don't know why that's on there. Boop, 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 boop. Be with you soon. Thank you, Cookie. Okay. Going over what's going on. This is all tentative, so I don't know if I want to like print this out or anything for you guys. But yeah. So today is just Mother's Day just because it's tomorrow. And I realize I never really started to... We'll see how far in the animation I am. But yeah. So I'm thinking in 2 weeks we'll finish the Lego Yoshi, and then we'll play Yoshi's Woolly World. It's gonna be the most immediate things to care about. Oh, this is tentative. I can totally change any of this stuff. You know, like I don't know if I'm gonna play Wii Sports Resort for 3 weeks because I could fit something else in, and whether or not I go there for free. You know, stuff like that could be changed over time. Like I had to add in Star Fox, like basically, you know, like this week. So squeeze that in. Yeah, you're not too late. Well, I guess you come in later. If you're coming in with us later. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't really started yet. Alright. Let's get started. Okay. I can go over the calendar later, but again, don't take that, you know, take it with a grain of salt that it's not gonna be perfect or anything. Because I made up my mind about, you know, I was gonna do, even saw like I was gonna have you a Lego Yoshi today. So, all of this isn't set in any kind of stone. Because I can swap out any of this kind of stuff. Be like, oh, maybe we'll actually play Magical Book, you know, on that stream. Or maybe Woolly World will only take like 1 stream. And then I'll have a couple more extra weeks to do something else, you know? I can move Star Fox up, you know? I can not play, you know, all this can be adjusted. So, but yeah. What do we got? That's Friday Princess. What? I'm just trying to... Chat's a little hard to read. There we go. Then it was a background bunny. Twilight Princess is a MOP character. In some way, yeah. There's a... Yeah, there is like... Pretty early season... What was it? I can see if I can find a picture of it. MOP link. FIM. Yeah. Oh, Twilight Sparkle. Close enough. Yeah, there's a Twilight in both of them. This is the first picture I found, but it's kind of weird. Someone on Deviantart, Kalki Moonlight, did this montage picture. Anyway, yeah. Here's Link and here's real Link in not Tears of the Kingdom. This is real screenshots of something. Yeah. Can you see that okay? Yeah. So, yeah, it's got the blonde hair, little hat thing. His cutie mark is like a heart container. He's pulling a cart full of rupees. So, yeah, Link is canon to Pony. I don't know when this was. It's like a Fluttershy episode. Boop. But yeah, not specifically Twilight Princess then. Because I guess you would need like either Wolf Link or Midna or something to make it that. There you go. Let's see. Yeah. A good catch on that. Let's see. Just gonna turn everything off because I can show what we have so far. So the thing is that I did have this. So I did have with Mother's Day last year. I had a square ratio GIF on YouTube, I think, and maybe a social, of just this animation. So like I already had this as a full-on, like already animated. So this should feel familiar with this kind of animation. So, problem is that I had, I wanted it to be much longer, where this is like the aftermath of like a whole story of like, where Derpy's mom is like, hey, you forgot your stuff. Yeah, it's like, hey, let's go out. We're going out. And this is the original premise. This is like my director's cut, basically, of what I'm trying to do now. So yeah, I am going to reuse last year's animation to make a full video out of it. Because like last time it was just like a really crummy looking GIF where it was just this, and it's like, my full original idea was I did have like this storyboarded and fold and everything. That's like I just never got the time to work on it, which ironically now I only have like a day to work on this, to work on the rest of this. So I need to animate another. I haven't animated this, but it's probably going to be like 20 seconds. So yeah, 20 seconds in like 12 hours. Plus post-production. This is gonna be, yeah, this will be fun. But yeah, since we had a full version of it, and I'll post it as a, you can see it's a tall vertical video. But yeah, basically, Derpy's mom saying like, hey, you forgot your hat, Derpy, come back. And she's like, oh yeah, you're right. And then comes back into the house, gets the hat. But did you forget your shoes? And it's like, oh yeah, you're right. But did you forget to, go to the potty? You gotta go to the bathroom, Derpy, before we go out for our picnic. And she's like, oh yeah, you're right. Did you, this, I made the storyboard like years ago, so I don't even know what this is. Did you put sunscreen on? Like, oh yeah, you're right. It's like, okay, here's the basket, here's the picnic basket. It's like, oh yeah, it's heavy. Oh yeah, I got it. Oh, it is really heavy. Ugh. And it falls through the clouds. It's like, whoop, I'm okay. And then it cuts to this, where they're on the ground and having a picnic. So, here's the muffin, and then it's happy. So then that'd be the full thing. So, yeah, that's everything. Why does she need to wear the hat is a good question I'm figuring out now. So I can go in here and just take out the hat or something. It could be like a sun hat or something. That'd be easy enough to change. Good thing these are just character puppets, so I can just kind of change anything I want about these. Pretty simple. Think about that later. So right now, I just wanna reconfigure this, because otherwise the entire, I want to redirect it to like change the cinematography of this, because everything is gonna be the same shot. I want to add more dynamic to it, or like have different camera shots, or like just kind of inserts or like close-ups. It probably works. I definitely want like a snapping shot at least, so I'm gonna add on to this to add a shot earlier. Make this about, so that's 1 second, maybe like 40 seconds or so. Okay, so I can start this at 40. What is delete you, and then mom, delete mom. And what I can do, because what I want it to be more full. I want to show more. I want to show all of this, the whole cloud thing, because otherwise all you see is this cropped. Just want to see the full thing. So I could. What pieces is this, man? This is in a couple different. Yeah, because this is in a couple different pieces. There's cloud separate. I think the doors, yeah, the door's separate. So I think easier on my end might be to add a camera. So I can add a camera. So I have a camera layer. And I got all these camera settings and stuff. I don't know why there's filters on the camera. What does this do? It's the basic color stuff. You can't see it, but basically now I got like an X and Y, and I can keyframe these to be whatever. So if I type in a number, okay. It's been a while. I'm used to Toon Boom so much. So what I want is this. Okay. How do I get back my? Yeah, this is what I mean. I was like, show me my camera settings, because I'm on a camera layer and I click on the keyframe and it should show me my. How do I get the? That's just as a. How do I get the? Oh, I have to be in the camera tool. Is that what I need? Let's add the camera tool onto here, and then it shows me the camera settings. See how easy that is to understand? Let's set that back up. So it should, yep, there we go. So it is keyframes. Okay. So what I want is, let's see. Because I have a keyframe later. Guess I'll just do that. But I want is keyframe here. Click on camera, and then I can say 60, and then add a tween. And so now we zoom in. Let's see. We could do a -50 to do a soft ease in. I think I want this farther away, which means I have to click on camera. Let's go. Click on camera? Nope. I'm already on camera, which means I can't do that. What? It's so confusing. So what is this? Don't know. 25. Let's go. Yeah. 35. It still seems like a lot. Yeah. 25, 30? I think I want it backwards. So I think I want... kind of want to both ease in and ease out. Ugh. Can I edit this? Ooh, I can't. This is what I mean, like, it's just been so long. This should stay there. Let's make this whole shot longer. Let's get it to 2 seconds. Okay. Yeah, that should stay the same. Let's add a new... Could just go in and add that. Some more clouds. These will be invisible. Storyboard should be invisible too. Let's put you on new layer. Okay. Excuse me. Let's see. What do you got there? They're making an alternative ending for episode 4 of February. Ooh. Yeah, I gotta catch up. Is there a new episode I should be aware of? That's cute enough. See, everything kind of zooms at the same time. So in theory, I might be able to... Let's see. What was that about connecting it to the camera? Parenting depth panel. So I have this depth panel. This is pretty easy. It's basically here's the camera and then how close it is to the camera. So definitely maintain size, lock. Let's move the door outside. Can I not select 2 things at once? No. But I guess I can just... Why is the whole thing now that size? Huh. Does it change back? It changes back, so that's nice. Where's the animation stuff? Oh, that's the whole folder. Okay. You need to... Only the door is actually doing it. Only the door is actually doing it. Ah, there we go. Oh. Oh. Eh. Huh? I think I'm doubling up on itself. Oh, this is dumb then. Huh? How do I know if it's maintaining size? Where's the door so weird? I'm gonna reset it. This is... the door's off. Oh, that's upsetting. What? This was just supposed to be a... I'm just gonna move this closer, and then I was gonna move this closer. You can see how it's trying to... It's not maintaining size then. Now is it maintaining size? Why is the door weird? Where's there a keyframe on the door? There's a keyframe door there. I almost just want to copy this over here and see what it does. That fixed it. What I could just do is move the clouds and let's move the clouds further away. And then move the background and sky behind it. I guess I should have kept the locked the maintain size here, I guess. Oh. Should be able to see, yeah, that does that. So I put you there. How do I know if it's maintained size? It just doesn't show anything, which, yeah, I can see that it's trying to do this. So you do storyboard. Okay. It's maintaining, it's not maintaining size. Do I click it? And now it's maintaining size? Does these have to be like 1 billion miles away? Sorta. Actually, yeah. Okay. That's not maintaining size. I could have just done this regular style. But that'd be harder because all of the stuff would be in the way. But honestly, I want to get rid of the camera just because it really messed more things up than I thought it would. Well, that's Flash for you. Now, why we zoomed in? There we go. Okay. So I'm gonna start over. And then not use the super cool fancy tool that Flash provided in a super late update that doesn't make sense and doesn't work well. Or makes less sense than if I just did it on my own. Yeah. Okay. So we need the door. We need this. We need that. All these are one size. And the clouds, basically everything here. Yeah, the only thing is that the pivot point is a little weird then. Or all of these are gonna be a little off. And then the scale of this is gonna be off too. But basically now I should be able to add my keyframes. Thankfully I had this keyframe here. Single frame. Add my keys, stick here. Delete keys I don't need. And take all of these guys. Turn off magnet if I can. Nope, okay. Usually there's a magnet? The magnet would like make it so it'll, or is it a lock? Why don't I see that anymore? Why is everything that I that would be here is like not here? Weird, okay. Oh yeah, the problem is that the pivot point does mess with things. In some way. Oh yeah, see I want to make it like in between. It's not a smooth like that. If I don't want that to happen. Clean that and clean this. How do I remove? Not remove frames. I want to remove tween. I have a tween here. I want to remove tween. Remove classic tween. And then I want to make this 1% bigger. That's all I wanted to do. But the camera, like all the depth stuff, just made it so much more complicated. Oh yeah, I can't do it because I want to change all the tweens between all these to be the same. But I can't. I can do these two, and then I can set an ease. But if I select all of them, because there's an empty thing in the middle, it says that I can't do it. So I have to like go inside and like, if I had like 100 of them, I would have to individually turn off stuff that's not used. And then I gotta go in and then fix it. That's all I wanted to do, was just that, and it's like, it's basically nothing too. It just zooms in a little, but it creates space, so then you have some sort of inkling of what's even going on, you know, of like, where are we? Because if we started here, it'd be a little confusing, especially if Derpy's not supposed to be here at that frame. So, hi Cookie. I got 2 seconds done, and I don't know. I tried using remember the flash camera of how fun that is? Yeah, I was like, well, it's a great, you know, new tool. Maybe it'll work, you know, for what I want. You know, maybe it'll be like Toon Boom, and I just set it up and then do, you know, set these up. And then everything will work, and it's like, this didn't work, and then so yeah, it was a mess. And all I got out of it was redoing it and then manually doing it myself, and then just to get this to do that. So yeah, welcome back. How'd you get that translate thing? That's pretty cool. My eyes are trying to follow me. Working on some Derpy Very for a short and Mother's Day. Oh, good luck with that. Definitely want to prioritize the Mother's Day probably there. If I were you. Let's see. Yeah, I'll play the storyboard for Cookie here. I'll turn off the characters. Actually, I'll turn everything else off. Oh. No noise? Alrighty. I've only really seen that in, is it like Wikipedia or like Google Translate uses that? Let's see. So I want to add more dynamics to this too, but I was going to use the camera tool, but I think that might be a lost cause now. So what I can do, so I want to add different types of shots, so I don't have to make it more complicated, so I can spend slightly less time animating both characters, because that's usually what happens, is that I have to keep track of like both characters doing something. So if it's just like, you know, locked in into like just this, then I can spend more time and make her look good rather than trying to split the time doing both, and it just makes it look better. So I realized that you get to look at it pretty much at this size basically on your phone, whatever. So if the characters are like ants, you know, if I do something like, you know, try and like, you know, it's like she's so small on screen that I just want to like have it be zoomed in, at least, you know, this or not even more, you know. And then if I start making her going, you know, then it'll read much more clear. What I'm realizing now to do that is that I'm probably going to be able to do that. I could. It'd be easier if I can direct it without. I want to do it technically with less stuff to worry about. Because I'm gonna copy or change all of these layers into one layer basically, and then I can change that layer's properties to move around and make that my camera layer, essentially by adding keyframes. So I'm gonna take all of this into here and then create a symbol that will make this into one layer. So I can do this. So I can copy frames, Control F8, and then do technically this would be shot 2 to whatever. I'm just gonna call it scene 1, and then animation, and then paste frames. This might take a bit. Okay. So basically now I got all these layers, and it's got all the stuff still edible, everything's still movable. But now I'm gonna go back and could just make animation, make a new layer, and then make this the scene. Paste this, and I can take the entire symbol that's now all of those layers. Wait for that to load, and then paste this around the same location. Like about that. And then I can basically just take all of this and delete it, because I don't need this anymore. Jeez. Beep. Beep. So, everything's now what's called nested, like a bird nest, which isn't the best visual metaphor. Because birds' nests are just kind of compilations of stuff put together, and then it's like you get a whole bunch of twigs and you make it into a nest, and then you can pick up that nest, and then you can do stuff with it. Because now everything that I just had of those layers, of like those 5 layers, I put into one layer, and now it's one compilation thing there, and I can put all of this into one thing. So now I can have different shots, basically. So let's put this in the middle, and I can take the whole thing and then kind of zoom in and then try to plan my shots accordingly now. Get my storyboards to try and help me with some of this. So now this can happen. And then she says this, and so then she'll fly out, Derpy will fly out, and then Mother will say, hey, wait a minute, you forgot your hat. And then at this point, I can have a new shot with her, with Derpy here. Like basically in the sky. I'm glad I had to move the sky. Or I can zoom in too. Maybe we'll just do this. Number thingies here, number values. You could just make a, they're a calculator, so you could just add 200 and it'll work. Plus 500. Oh, that's XY position. I need to do height and value. So I need to add 500, add 1000, add 1200, add 2000. I don't know if people, I mean, I've had like people at my previous office be like surprised that you can do that into an input field. Works best with like number fields. You can like even do any kind of basic add, minus, divide, and multiply. I just never see anyone's like, no one's figured that out basically. If I wanted to divide this by 500, then that's how big it is now. So, don't hear people talk about it like that. And then she goes, oh yeah, you're right, I do need my hat. And then she can then zoop. And then we get back to kind of basically here. So I'm just gonna copy paste that over and break everything. And then I have a hotkey for retiming. Then she goes in, then it goes back out, and then we could do the same thing again, but because we sort of did it once, I don't know about this shoe thing either. I want to change that to be something else. Because you never, we can have it be this. So it needs to be something that she needs to do. Let's see. So might want to go back and change these to be something. So we got a shoe. What was the first thing? It was a hat. Something that she actually will then show. Twilight Sparkle. Yeah, you can ask the rest of the chat. I'm sure most people would be. I did like her as a unicorn, and like her dorkiness was really appealing. She got a little too snuffy by the end. Yeah, Twilight the unicorn's great. Hat. And then I want to change this. What do we got? Okay. We'll change this to be something. And then the next thing is toilet. This would be like a sound effect I'll add in post. And then the next thing is sunscreen, which is kind of awkward. I can move the sunscreen first, and then I don't know. And then the bag. Yeah, let's do that. So, cause that'll be nice. Cause then if I remove one, I think that's only 3. Then let's see. Hat, sunscreen, toilet, and then skip to bag. I think I like that. Is there a reason you chose scary? Mimi? Mimi. I love Mimi. I never actually said it out loud. Mimi. Mimi. I love Mimi. That's mostly that's the biggust reason, and I love her music. This is my personal playlist to get me going. I think I was just looking at the there's like a website that has a whole bunch of really easy to download Nintendo music. And actually like a whole bunch of like video game music just in general. And it's like, well, I have to think like, oh, my first things are like my favorites. So it's like, okay, well, I like Klonoa, I like Skyward Sword some music. So started with my favorites, and then I was like, okay, got those out of the way. Now I can do the weirder ones. So it's like, I like Paper Mario and I like Mimi, so I'm gonna take this song, please. So that's what happened. So replacing this with this, and then we remove the later one. So we're here, and then we take this out. Up to here. Up to here. There you go. Okay. And then extend this a bit. Obviously having one less thing to do is gonna make my life slightly easier. At least it makes it easier so then I don't have to like debug it or like clean it up over time too. Excuse me. Okay. So, get to zoom in. Get the instruction. Get the hat, Derpy. Get the sunscreen, Derpy. Go to the party, Derpy. Okay, now here's the bag. Get the bag, Derpy. Whoa! Haha. And then goes to the next shot. Which we could do it even an establishing shot here. I don't know, we could just hard cut to picnic time. And then we have picnic with eating the muffin. And then it's like a Tomodachi, like, wow, this is the best muffin ever kind of thing. Yeah. Could do that. What's in like the new Tomodachi Life, where like the best food ever like has an insane cutscene. Where it's like, it's so good, you know, or something where like their voice can't handle that much reverb or something. It starts freaking out. Okay. So I got that, just for consistency for my own sake. Why is this purple? Okay. And I'm purple. Okay. So we clip to here. Derpy will be in a new spot at this point. Should be like centered. But then she turns back. She flies back inside the house. And then Mom's like, but did you know, get sunscreen? And then sunscreen, Derpy. Sunscreen, Derpy, get the sunscreen. And then we get back to unlocking that. And then we plus 5 million. File only 5,000. I'm just choosing where the background's gonna be. Okay. And then we get the, oh yeah, you're right. And then fly back. Back to here. So I'm essentially making what was like one shot into like 6 or so, but I'm thinking just the way that it's gonna be sort of just like one character doing stuff at one time, it should be more manageable. It's just gonna be a lot more front end with all of this to like set this up kind of a thing. Kind of thing. With this. So, sorry about this being kind of a little slow. But I could have done this. I mean, I probably should have just had this already all done by now. So, at least I could have had a lot more of this done, and I could have just been only working on post-production stuff. Okay. And then we're pretty good here, because yeah, that's been 1 hour, just not even setting up. I haven't animated yet. Ah, yeah. See, I gotta get this done tonight. Let's have it be slightly left, up, and then minus just a little tiny zoom out. Shoo. Just so we can have it be more or less what the storyboard says here, because I want that to happen. And then we could have a little, like, oops, a little pan or something. Because I'm thinking we could have like her flying across, and then as she's flying to the right, we can have it pan like this. Don't want to get mom off the screen though. So hopefully I can get her, probably, yeah, to be like that. About that far to be like, boomf. Because I also think it'd be fun to like make use of this space, because I got all of this vertical space, and a lot of stuff has been sort of horizontal, where like most of Derpy's actions are going to be doop, 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 you know, flying this way. So I kind of want her, like, for the last thing to like hold the picnic basket and then trying to be like hop hop hop, and then get up to here and then be like, oh, this picnic basket is really heavy, and then fall all the way through and then go under the clouds and then show up being like, oh man, that was heavy. So I want like a big, like, be able to use the space that I got of it being vertical to have this big, like, shoo of her just like just falling for way more. Because if there's like widescreen, you know, it'd be the opposite, you know, if it's like flipped, you know, like something like this or something. Does that work? No, of course not. I think I need to be show frame. Then I can flip it. Of course, now I can flip it. Because if it's widescreen, you know, the amount of space, then she'd be having to, like, she could probably go further, like this way. But then if I want that drop, I can only get her up to here, and then the drop is, you know, just like this much compared to like how we saw, where like it was gonna be, you know, that much. Feels a lot more. A lot more going on. So that's my idea with that. Okay. Oh boy. Yeah. Okay. We got 2 seconds done. Yay. How long is the rest of it? Oh yeah, we got that. Yeah, we removed one thing. So that's only 3.5 mom things. So 3 zoop zoop zoops, and then picnic basket. It's still under, way under 20 seconds. So minus 2. So yeah, about 18 seconds worth of this going on. If the main deal is only gonna be like 20 seconds. I got rid of the storyboard. So let's turn these on. I'm just gonna do a quick test run. See everything's cooking so far, and so I can get some juice. Oh yeah, see how white it is. Don't know how wide it's gonna be. It's huge. Okay. Again, this song is Kirby Epic Yarn music. Get the timing of some of these to be a little longer. But for now, I'm just making sure that shots themselves, composition work. Not too bad. I'll run it one more time just so I can pay attention. Okay. I want that to be a little longer with the toilet to have like her blush and be like, heh heh. Add a little bit more personality. Because I could add a little bit more personality because they're gonna be a little bit closer to the screen. Because this was gonna be the most. This was gonna be an extent of how close they were gonna get. So, on screen. So this will be a little better. Okay, you ready? Cause I'm not. Stretch. Okay. Now, is this technically frame 1? Which might make things a little tricky. What I could do is set this up to be the same as this. So when I go to my storyboard, I'll be like, oh yeah, frame 73 is when this happens. Otherwise I go inside of here, and then I start animating, and I'm like, 73 is here? No, wait. So I think I'll definitely get rid of this folder, because that doesn't make any sense anymore. I'll try and grab. Is there any other keyframe? Suppose it around here. That's all Flash is, where it's like, was it around here that I did the exact timing frame of what I need to be? What was that exact frame I needed to be? Oh yeah, I guess it was around here, I guess. I don't know. Where'd it go? It's gone. Cool. Okay. Oh, there you are. So you need to start at frame 53. And you need to start at frame 53, 4? '52, 53. Start at 53. Go inside. Now everything's synced. I like adding an extra thing. And then shot O2. And then add an anchor. You sometimes see these. But I don't know if real animators use these. At least it's somewhat helpful, and I can like visually, you know, I can come back a month later and be like, why was I, why did I put this here? And it's like, no, it has an anchor. There's a little tiny yellow anchor symbol that says that, well, to me, it doesn't mean anything, but it's just a guide. There's no coding connected to anchors. It's just for animators or something to be like, oh yeah, that's what's going on, Let's put a circle, just so I can make sure. Okay. Just put a placeholder. Not really a placeholder, just as like a dummy, I guess. Okay, want to see some animation? I might be almost ready to do that now. Okay. Okay, here we go. I got the door open. Door open here. I can put another thing here. Anchor. Okay. Just so I can follow through and be like, oh yeah, that's what's going on. So obviously Derpy is gonna be inside. Oh, this will be fun. I need to add a mask, I think, to her. So this is gonna be my D mask. So what I need is basically a shape around her. So the layering is that I want her to go from over on top of the door, but then inside. What I could do is make a new door. Put this copy this and have this be on top. Or I can add a... Yeah, there's two ways or so I can do this. Either I can add a mask and then always make sure that she's inside of the mask, or I can add just a little extra box on top of here to have her be on... and make her go underneath to be inside of the house to look like that. The house isn't going to move. The mask might be a little tricky to make sure that she's always there in every single frame. So yeah, let's do that. It says we... house mask. It's not exactly a mask. But I can copy the house and then place it exactly in the same place. See, now it's already in front of her. Because I layered it in front. So what I need to do is now have a different frame of the house where all of this is gone. Only thing that would be in front. So something like that. And just make sure that she's always, when she's coming inside, that to be in front of that. So, strobe. Okay. So we don't want that. So you need to be on single frame on frame 2. And below house, this one needs to be a single frame on frame 1. Show both. So now Derpy can be in front of the door and be like, okay, time to go inside. Doo-dee-doo-dee-doo. Doo-dee-doo-dee-doo. It's so dumb, but it works. Da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, oh yeah, that should be how it, you know, normally should work. And it's like the most complicated like setup sometimes to get it to work. How much work it is to do something that's natural. Dooby-dooby-dooby-dooby-doo. And to get her inside. You know, break if you go up, but she won't be doing that. Hopefully she won't be here in the animation. If she would, then that'd be more complicated. Or if she needs to be like here and then dooby-dooby-doo. So you do have to start planning and make sure that you know what your storyboard at first to be like, I know where she's gonna be, and then I know that she will only do this, and then I can make sure that she always does this to make her go inside. So, and then, yeah. No. So I was gonna say I could do that with mom, but I think mom needs to be in front of the door, but she can't be in front of the door because the door needs to open, and then she needs to open the door like that for these very specific frames, which I'm seeing that that's not gonna work. So door needs to be on top of everything. Door needs to be on top of mask, layer-wise. But then I also want mom to like be on top of the door as well, but also below the mask. But the mask needs to be on top of the door? No. The mask and door don't need to make sure, because that's on that side of it. So it needs to be... Okay. See, I could have just put a mask on Derpy and been done with this. Or, I can actually try and figure this out. God. Or door in some of these frames needs to be lower. Or at least on these frames. About to... Here is where door needs to be below mom. So we have that, and then we have mom. So we gotta have a new whole layer for door lower. And then put this frame here, and then clear that frame. Ah, it's a problem. This is door outside. Hey, house outside. Let's do that. There we go. Okay, so that means. Oh my god. So we got the. This. Does this still work? Does Derpy still? Derpy can still go on top, just barely. and then do that. So that all works. It's kind of like those Professor Layton puzzles or something. Where it's like, okay, well, I want to sit at a table, but I don't want to sit next to people that name J, you know? It's like, okay, well, Jimmy can't sit next to Sally, but Sally wants to sit next to Tim, but only next to window seats. And it's like, just stop. Just eat your food, you know? Just like, I don't care. Like, stop being so picky. Okay. The only really did this motion is because I want her to be in front of the door, which she still is not. There we go. There we go. But then still below the mask. Okay. I think I got it. This is so creepy. How complex I got. Okay, is this easier in Toon Boom? In a way. In a way. I think in Toon Boom you can have like, well, I know you can do sub-layers where like one art asset can have like 4 separate sub-layers to it. So I can take this entire house. Oh, that's a bad example. I can take this entire house and then say, I want maybe do what I did and like separate it to be in 2 separate parts. Like this, where I can have this be a separate sub-layer. And then I can have nodes that say, hey, have the sub-layer 1 be separated and then route it to be on a composition to be at a different visual layer, I guess, and then put that on a separate Z layer. Let's animate. I think we're good. Okay. Doopy 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 doopy. I just like the doopy doops in this. Okay. If I need to do anything, I don't know. Shot 2 tangling. Because we have this part of it. So put you out of screen, out of sight. I'm out here. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Problem is that the characters are also going to be a little bit off. Yeah, it's already starting her at a weird time. Starting at 28 on this. Let's go. Frame 1. There you go. Zoom. So we don't see her until here. See. And so this goes for 20 seconds. So I'll go for 22 seconds. So she's on way too many layers. I could delete a couple of these. Like I have this like walking animation. Reanimated this this leg walk, which is just always inside the puppet just in case I need her to walk. Maybe use it for different poses, but I also got this, which has different poses as well. So don't really need that then. So just for the sake of my layer system, I'm gonna delete all the walks because I don't need them. Here's the whole head as one symbol. Two. And then her head exists as its own thing. And hopefully I can just, okay, cool. And then I make the eyes their own individual composition symbol. So I can click on both eyes and then move at the same time. There's that one person I was like, why do you like Derpy so much? And it's like, because Flash, basically. Or like all the eye symbols were just like on one thing. And then it's like I can't click on the other eyeball. Like it's its own thing. Like I can't actually select anything else at this point. Like I can only select on these parts right now. I can't move her wing. It's not selectable. So imagine trying to animate, but I can only select a certain amount of things at one time. It gets really not fun. Okay. So that's frame 16, so that makes sense why your eyes are closed. So what I can do is either offset the eye blink. It's kind of cool. It kind of starts where eyes kind of close. At least I can get her into a not A pose, basically. Where's my... Oh, there's my magnet. Snap to objects. If that's... See how it's highlighted? This UI doesn't really have the most contrast. I mean, this could have been like any other color or anything, but see how it's slightly a different shade of gray? That means it's activated. It means I can only move things in certain positions. See how like it kind of gets plop, plop, plop. Like it wants to be at certain angles, or like it snaps to different percentages. So if we turn that off, as you can see, it is now unactivated. I should now be able to, and it does not get stuck. It should just be able to freely move. Oh, finding this out was such a lightsaber of like a relief. I mean, like, oh my god. Of course, like, no manual is gonna be like, oh, you know, if you want to like animate nice, it's like, oh yeah, maybe you should you know, investigate to see like, oh yeah, like, did you have your snap on? Let's see. Let's mess with anything else. This is where we started. Now it's just kind of leaning forward. She's a little too far that her head's clipping now. Okay, just move her back a little. Or I can animate it so actually leaning forward over time. I'm gonna turn auto keyframe on as well here. And then 2 frames in, move her body forward, then move the head. So imagining that her shoo. Easing out of this motion. And that. It's be like opening a door. Zoom, zoom, zoom. And then have it ease. Into back to her A pose. And then flip her arm. I've done this a million times, so this is nothing. Enough time, so I'm just gonna have her be pretty much in her default pose. A little higher. I want her to be ease this way. Yeah, see, like I've done this so many times. I was like, yep. Know how to do this. Okay, so that's that. Let's usually I like saving the head animation for last, because I don't know, like, oh, maybe if I want to add more time or something, then that'll desync the head animation. So I usually like to save expressions and stuff for last, but just to kind of complete this, maybe I can do that now. Do my hotkey resync. I forget what it's called on one of these, but I think it's synchronized symbols. Yeah. So yeah, put hotkey 3 number, and then if I click that, then I get it resynced. So you could have like this one be like 57, but it's like on 25. And so if you hit the resync, then it'll be like, what number is it literally in real world space? And then it takes this numbers and puts it into that frame. So, okay. What did I want to do? I wanted to do eyes or something. Let's see. Hey, how you doing? How you doing, Summer? Yeah, don't tell anyone that I just started animating, so you're on time. About here. Yep, just wanted to move this out. The only other weird thing with Flash is that, because I'm doing it with this kind of style, where the heads are their own symbols, that means I can't really see where their eye lines are while it's moving and animating. Like the whole head is moving on this frame to, you know, here to here, like the head's moving. But if I want to like animate the eyes, then it's like doo 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 doo, and it's like the only thing that's moving is the eyes. So I don't know if I'm aligning things right. It's weird. In Toon Boom, the way that I set up the puppets and rigs in Toon Boom is that everything's basically on the same timeline. Imagine this being like a mile long, like a CVS receipt or something, where it's just like it just keeps going down. You good? Oh, that's good to hear you're good. I have been exhausted. I said at the start that I've been in a cycle that I don't want to call it procrastination, but basically is that I'm not able to really just work effectively on this on projects. Get into a cycle of like, oh no, I didn't, like I need to rest, and it's like I need to set up my station to be, you know, I need to be comfortable when animating. Oh no. And then I never actually get myself to work on it. And then I get stressed out that I'm not working on it, and then I get freaked out that I have no time, and then it's like, so yeah, other than that, maternal grandma's birthday tomorrow. Wow, that is something. Congrats to your maternal grandmother. Yay, happy birthday. 'Cause I won't be there. Sapped of energy. I know. It's hard because I've been so, you know, you have to be like on the ball with college. Like, you know, there's that, well, circus thing where like you're on a ball and like you have to stick, and it's like, whoa, you know, the Wii Fit one where like you're on a ball. And it's like as soon as you can like tip it just slightly, then it's like, oh no, then you start falling over. So you always have to be on balance and just kind of like always, you know, trying to like do something. Like, you can't spend any day, you know, with college and like take a break, because then you have like 5 other classes to worry about, 5 or 6 classes that's going on at the same time, and everything's due within 6 days of each other. Like, no project is, you know, we have weekly projects with 6 classes. They're all huge art stuff, and like, hey, can you paint like 3 paintings, you know? Oh, can you also, you know, do an art history report? Oh, can you also do this? And it's like, oh my god, you know, it's like one after each other, and like there's no breathing room. So now that I'm in summer break, it's like, oh my god, I can rest in, and like I can do my own schedule. Problem is that my schedule is just like whenever I feel like I'm awake enough to do anything. The problem is that the time that I'm awake to do anything is like after like 9 p.m. And so I was like, okay, I'm ready to go. And it's like, okay, 9 or 10, sure, let's go. And then it's like, huh, I need to go to bed too. Huh. So, yeah, I have been not that great at, I'm trying to get back on sleep schedule, but even like last night, I stayed up to 3 a.m. last night. So, yeah, I tried to sleep in a little bit this morning, but then it's like, oh yeah, should I do the Lego Yoshi, or should I do my Mother's Day that's due tomorrow? Because the problem is that all this week, you know, I knew about my Mother's Day video that I wanted to do for like, you know, a couple weeks, and then it's like I started to work on it maybe like a little bit on the 7th or so, where I literally just opened a file for like the first time in like a couple weeks, and it's like, oh yeah. So I started like build the very basic structure of what I wanted, storyboard and layouts and stuff, and then I was like, oh yeah, I need to get working on this. So problem is that I was so scared on this yesterday. I was like, I need to get this done, you know. And then my entire brain was just like, I need to get this done. I need to get this done, like on repeat. And then I wasn't able to actually work on it because I was so scared that I had to get it done. Why does my brain want to do that instead of like figuring out how to do it, you know? So then I was like, well, I could either, you know, even like it was like when I was brushing my teeth at 3 a.m. before I went to bed, I was like, I could do my Lego Yoshi, you know, I could skip it, because I was going to do the Lego Yoshi and work on it more today on stream. And then I was like, what if I do the Mother's Day on stream? Oh yeah, well that sounds right, that sounds good. So then I woke up at 11 and I was like, I need to make a thumbnail, and like I set the stream up and be like, ah, jeez. So, okay, I got that set up on time. But yeah, we would have done Lego if I was better at, I want to say activating, but I don't know. It's like, yeah, actually just doing the physical work of like, I need to set this up and do this and open the file. It's my worst thing, because I never actually have the application or anything open. Or sometimes I have it open and it's like, oh yeah. Well, I have a thing too of like hours to be like some sort of OCD style, you know, of like, well, it's 1:34. I could start at 2. Ah, it's 2:01. Ah, I missed it. How about 2:30? Ah, I missed that too. You know, I might have been watching a video or something or didn't plan it out, or be like, should I have lunch? Well, that was the worst too, where a couple days ago, I was like, I had breakfast and then I didn't have lunch. Because I was like, it's not an even time. Like, I need to have lunch, you know. I need to get up at a weirdly specific time. Of like, it needs to be 2:30 is when I, you know, have my lunch, because my days are so off. So I was like, okay. So then I was like, well, it's not 2:30. I missed it. I missed exactly 2:30. Because I was doing anything else. And then I was like, okay, well, let's wait till 3. Ah, no, 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 no. Then it was like 8 or something. I was like, I haven't had lunch yet. And I was just starving. I was just sitting here and starving myself because it was the wrong time to get up. So, yeah. So I'm gonna try and work on that. But yeah, I don't know what kind of solutions there are for that. Yeah. For free animations, I'm not complaining. Me too. It was slightly easier to set these up than trying to set up the whole camera and make sure that everything's real world good. Because I get to perfection of like make sure that camera's in a good space for the Lego thing. Where'd everything go? What? This exists. What? Oh. There we go. That's my secret sync attack. Oh, I thought it was gonna be Flintstones. This kind of samba was like da 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 da. Okay. That was just so crazy. That was a great silver gunner. Just in the middle of this chill 6-minute samba song. Da 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 da. Derpy. Da 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 da. Turn this off just so I can move you over without making a new keyframe there. Okay. Let's see. I'm having her fly right out the gate. So basically, yeah, I'm having a door open and then like pretty much right here. It's almost like when the door's still almost opening and I have it kind of maybe before, yeah, about actually around there. So delete her here and then we'll have Derpy here. Well, first let's do this. It's not Derpy all. I don't know what the all means. I mean, it's like a composite, like it's everything. Like instead of Derpy leg, it's Derpy all to be the whole puppet rig. Guess I could just say rig or something. I don't know. Shot 02. So the first thing that mom says is that, where's your hat? So I'll have to get rid of the hat. Oh dear. Ah, she's got a lot of layers. Oh dear. I did one too many frames. It's okay. She doesn't explode, but it's just like the visibility of like whether or not they're actually here or not. If you're used to my Toon Boom streams, you might notice that there's a green circle here. These are little gooey things so I can like control things. I made Derpy to be the most advanced puppet, so sorry mom, she's mom has like her entire head as a symbol. I was like, I don't want Derpy to be like that, so I re-rigged her to be much nicer. So I can actually click on everything here on the same layer. So I can click on everything actually right now. And the way to fix the having to either select everything on the head, which is impossible. It's about a lot of work for every frame to select everything. Added this and then used Toon Boom's or Flash's Toon Boom system style thing of parenting. So everything connects to this skull of this crazy network thing. Basically allows I can have this be the parent to all the children head parts. Basically just like I can ever do this much more easier. Anyway, so if you see me doing that, that's what's going on. Okay. Problem is that my numbers are off. So her first frame is 70, but if I go inside, her first frame is 20, so I could try. resync it. Let's call this to start. Probably because she's a little tall. There you go. Good thing I don't have to make her head every time. Let's see. Can't wait to get into Finding Device. Derpy Mother Symbiote Studios. Ooh! Oh, she cute? I want to look too. I want to see. I want to see. What is it? Symbiote Studios. Oh, yeah, their first thing is MLP. So I guess they're licensed. Oh, they are cute. Oh, they look like the... They kind of look like the 4D whatever style way long ago. That's fine. What was it? A Derpy? Oh, that is nice. Let's see. Come here. Come here. My mouse is... Yeah, my mouse might be dying. I guess I can't drag it unless I do this. No. Okay. I'm breaking everything. I'm breaking everything. Messing with the natural flow. Oh no. Mouse! I'm trying to drag this over. Oh, I literally have batteries on my desk just for this occasion. Hang on. Battery change. Reloading like a... Hey, that worked. There, okay, that was worth it. Okay, whoo, yay! Oh my god, that is cute. I love it. I have the Build-A-Bear one in my studio, like right next to me. I could just take a picture, but I got the Build-A-Bear one. Kind of reminds me of that one. It's much more than I thought it would be of how much nice it is. Yeah. That is nice. This was pretty old too. Yeah, this is first appeared on the internet 2015. So yeah, this is during the show. That was cute. This one's pretty tall. This one's like maybe 1.5 feet tall. It's huge. It is so sparkly. Her hair is so beautiful. Yeah, I got this one. I could literally just look over it. It's on my shelf. Yeah, I love this one. I also got a chibi one. I don't know. I forgot their artist name. But it's much more chibi style. That might be it. That's pretty close. It's, I got this one. It's a little, the body's a little bit more better. Yeah. Ooh, Sunset Supervisor. Is that Build-A-Bear one? I got something like this also in my bedroom. It's very similar to this one, but they kind of felt, but with these are like more papery. I don't know how to describe it. It's not like embroidered, but it feels like paper and stuff on it. The symbiote one? Okay, let's check that out. Sorry, we're on weird plush side quest. That's a lot of words to say. Whoa! Oh, sick. That is cool. Yeah, these have a little bit more. Their legs are much more like the official, like the drawn artworks. So that is nice. Huh. But yeah, she got the leather jacket. Looks like the season 2 or whatever. It's not her original jacket, right? Sunset had like 2 or 3 costumes. I feel like this isn't I don't know. I feel like that's a later design one. So that's cool. She's a unicorn and a pony. Yeah, I just remembered that. Figured out she's a pony. That's weird. So what does she look like? Question Girls 1. Yeah. Yeah. Sort of. I mean, whatever's a new custom. Every special. I feel like, was there like a couple camp ones or a couple Everfree ones? Was this the first design? And then... Ugh. And she had your jacket. Cause remember her blue top being later? And yeah, see the blue top one has this one with the chevrons on it. Yeah. So whatever this one is with this kind of design, this kind of race car thing or something. So that was a later one, I think. Because her first one was the purple top with this. It's things I can things I can click on it to be like, well, you want a shot for this jacket? It's trying to AI figure it out. Yeah, so the original purple one had this more very basic one jacket with the little white studs or something. But yeah, the later one had that chevron thing. Is it Moonbow symbiote? Let's go back. I do like Izzy. Izzy was like one of my favorites. I think I like Izzy and Pip. Don't see it. Or maybe I just misspelled symbiote there. Don't see a picture of it. Izzy Moonbow? They're really cute. I wonder how big they are. I'm gonna go to the official website. Oh, okay. $30. Obviously not sponsored, but this is wow. Look oh, okay, that is yeah. $30 or something that size. It's still kind of hard to see exactly. Coming soon. Oh, it's not even out yet. Okay. Huh. It's not exactly ducks. I don't even know where that is. Is that like Bothell or something? Huh. Let's see. Fluttershy's. Trixie's nice. Huh. Behold, the great and powerful Trixie. Fishy. Wow. Fischl. Trixie Lunamoon Deluxe. Wow. 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 Huh. And it comes with the magic wand or something? She never had a magic wand though. Okay. 12-inch Trixie Lunamoon stuffed animal features her light blue coat, flowing mane, embroidered details, and signature magician accessories. Signature accessories including her cape wand and hat, faithfully recreating her appearance from the series. I mean, that is nice. I just don't remember the wand. South Premium Minky fabric? What the? Okay. Plush includes durable stitching and designed to be displayable and huggable. Oh, it's designed to be both displayable and huggable! With enhanced detailing for luxe collectible finish. Oh, wow! Huh! Ultra soft and cuddly, durable. Okay. Oh, I saw Starlight. Wow. Catalog collections. Whoa. Got the... Ooh, we got everybody. And... I guess they got a Hasbro deal? Huh. CMC? Wow. Am I gonna get any of these? I don't know. I'm trying to conserve right now as a student, you know. Only do very, you know, safe, I mean, my CD is coming back. It's gonna mature next week, so I'll have my CD money, so plus interest, so that'd be nice. But yeah, that's why I've been so, like, maybe I shouldn't be buying every Nintendo game that's coming out, because I kind of don't have a lot of my money. All my money has been in a CD. I think about 75% of my money is in a CD, so I would like that back. So if we're able to, CDs are cool. Let's see. Yeah, the Izzy one's still coming out, and probably some of the other ones are still coming out. Like they're all like pre-orders. Wow, yeah. I mean, yeah, I mean. Keep going while the iron is still trying to be hot. Obviously, it's not going to be as hot as it was, you know, like 10 years ago. But the fact that it can still be profitable, it still speaks volumes of how much, you know, this series means to a whole bunch of people, you know, enough to be like, hey, maybe we should make a, you know, a toy line or a plush line with that. That's pretty cool. Let me reset things back to normal. Okay. Yeah. Oh, you hate all the good merches. Oh, okay. I had a little smudge on my chat, on my screen. I can't read the chat well enough. Hate all the good merches coming off after the show's over. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So, oh well. I'll just continue making the artwork, I guess, and I'll have my game hopefully coming out soon. I don't know a release date for it yet. My planned is like in a month or so. But yeah, I have no release date just because I've been in that cycle where I haven't been able to really work on it yet on my own. That's kind of loud. I'm just gonna skip. If I can get myself and bring myself to actually work on stuff, I would totally totally do it. Flap. Is this flap? This flaps. This wing flaps. Alright, let's put you there. Yeah, see. The other one had like one frame. This one has my whole wing cycle I made. So I can put you on loop. Problem is that it's gonna have, yeah, one frame that's disappeared. Might as well just make this the wing flap one. Because I think I have the other one. Yeah, this is my one frame closed, and then this is my flap one. So I can probably just get rid of this. That is weird. Well, it's supposed to be going down. Let's see. So it's here and then upside down. Whoa. This is a frame I want to get rid of. This closed frame. Everything else is on 2s. There you go. Okay. Problem is that's only one wing. I need 2 wing. Copy. Wing behind. Nope. You're this now. Go effect brightness -10. Hey. Wanna see me do a cool trick? Blah 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 blah. I got a text from a parent. Okay. Oh, it's my grandma. What? Oh, okay. She's saying thank you for something. I'm getting a whole bunch of texts now. Ah! Grandma, I'm streaming. Well, that's really cute though. Yay. What do? Can you like double click and you get heart? You get a thumbs up. Close enough. To do reaction. SMS. Okay. Okay, so we got Super Derpy flying. Do you bend him? Bend him up? I don't know. Should I be flying? I don't know. Let's make the wings a little bigger. I don't know why it's always to me just a little tiny bit too small. Oh yeah, I've also had parenting to this. I can do this if I wanted. For some reason a back wing is a new thing. So it's not... Oh, I can try and rig it. So we're going to drag the child into the parent that we want it to be. So we're going to drag the child wing onto the parent torso. Boop, that moves it over. So now it's part of the system. So now if I move the torso, all of it should move. Yay. Otherwise I would have left the back wing behind and not have it move. Okay. So now that's rigged. Yeah, alright. We could have her be a little happy. We could have her a little... if I can find her cheek. Where's her cheek? Yay, yay! It's a little bigger. Like that. Yay! So we can have her from here. What's the story? So basically I have her and then okay. So I have door open, Derpy fly. Like that, and then off screen, basically. It says be off screen. Tweener. Shoo. Shoo. Feels all at once. Not high enough here. Let's have her be 2 frames later and maybe 1 frame longer. A little lower. Ah! Don't grab the whole house. A little too low. Want it to be... So it would be a little lower, a little bit slower, and a little bit lower, and a little higher. Is that my 2 hours? Aw, man. Just when I animated, 2 seconds. I think I animated more or less 3 or 4 seconds. I need to get rid of her hat too. This is why they say it always takes forever to animate anything. It's because of this. It's because you get distracted by plushies. So we're gonna get rid of her hat for this to make sense with the story. Yeah. I mean, I could keep going. I don't know. At least I could finish this one shot. But I'm willing to find. I had to rack my brain real hard to find, because I want a speech bubble, and I had to remember what video I had that would have that. I know Paper Derpy had one. I could open that because that might be a little faster than trying to find a random video that I might have done 7 years ago. Of course, that video might have been 7 years ago. So, hang on. I'm gonna go find my Paper Derpy video real quick. Let's see. I'm gonna go here, projects, film, would be in the cafe. The story time wouldn't have that. It'll be. Oh, do you think it's in City Cafe backup or City Cafe or ad sets or for? Let's go with this one. Yeah, this one's dated from 2020. So, hang on. Loading. Loading. Does this have everything? Let's make a doodle. I'm just searching. Let's see. Huh. Oh, this is my backup. This might not have the actual yeah, it doesn't have the actual animation done. Yeah. So it actually be chapter 3. Recover 5 City Cafe version 3. Do you think it's that one? Let's see. I opened a file and then it had like some animation, so I was like, oh, okay. And then like, it also didn't. Oh, this one's looking better. Okay. Okay, where's the animation? Oh, this is even worse. Actually, it's better. It had more stuff in it, but it's like also, yeah, I'll let you see. Just so you have something. I was like, okay, cool. It's got much more backgrounds and stuff than I remember. But also was like, I want something from here, and I was like, this shot doesn't have anything. What do you mean? Like, I'm looking for a speech bubble. But it doesn't, this file doesn't have it, so I'll have to look through my other files to see if that has it. Hang on again. Problem is the Flash got separated into like 10 different videos, so now I'm trying to see if I can find it. Oh, here's City Cafe version 5? What do you mean a version 5? Golly. I guess I could also sort by date and then find the most recent one. That makes more sense, doesn't it? It's loading. Ooh! Got expression. Oh. Yeah, this is what we want. Oh yeah. Look at the animation. Yay, it's speech bubble. That's all I wanted was this little animation. Oh, this guy, of this guy. This talk. Boop, 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 boop. Don't save it. And then how does it close? Yay. Okay, perfect. Okay. All I wanted to do was, instead of drawing and then animating what I knew that I already had done before, I'm just gonna copy and go in here and go here. Decide if I want to put it inside of Derpy. Do I want to put the speech bubble inside of Derpy's mom? Or we can just have it be floating like this. Wow. And then this. Something like that. And then should have all the frames. Got a lot of frames. So this frame 1, that's frame 7. Here's frame 1. Play once? Play once? There you go. Okay. Neat. Did I show anything behind the scenes? Hopefully not. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, all of that was just to seal a circle. She's not going to talk about the diamond, though. But I could use that diamond in here. What the? What the? Huh? When? Wow. Okay. This diamond got complicated. He's already got the animation. So let's just gonna kill everything else. And then I'm gonna draw, what was it, a hat? Give me that hat. She's gonna talk about hat. Kill everything else, and then make this frame 1. Need the back of the hat too. It's a separate symbol. Okay. It's really wide. Okay. So now we got animation of hat. And then what we could do, standardize it. I could take these and then move it over, probably like over a second, and then say reverse frames, and then delete these frames, and then it gets deleted forever. Let's move you. Yeah, it's fine. So now we got boop. I need the hat. Doo doo doo, and then it disappears. Doo doo doo. Okay. I was gonna have like the hat like dance or something to make it more like da 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 da. I don't know. So I have to do it inside of here. Let's see. Because I can add another frame. So I have frame left and then frame right. Frame left and then frame right. So now I got 2 shapes there. And then of the hat. It's on there. Also has a tint, so that's interesting. It's fine. But basically here. It's gonna do that for a minute, I guess. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. So I got a little bit of motion going on. Okay. That's a hat in the dot bubble. Or the talking bubble. I'll have like her be like, ha ha, you know, kind of like, ooh, ah, and then kind of say it or something. Yeah. I mean, does this not read exactly? I could probably change it in some way if that's not fully. It's kind of zoomed out a little bit. I could zoom in, but I have to change like 3 other shots, so it does make things a little complicated. Ow, my finger. Okay. My fingernail was coming off. It was kind of like chipping off. Let's move you. You're gonna be like 100 or something. Okay, because I need her to be like her kind of watching. Oops. I did not add my auto keyframe button, so I gotta do that again. Oh no, now I gotta do this and this again. Oops. You're always one key from deletion, so be careful. Whoa. Where did that come from? So we got that, and then let's wait a bit, and then what do I want? I want it to like pop down, and then be like ah, and then her arm goes up. So we need a pop down because I want to get her up. First, go in the opposite direction of where you want to head. Your ending point is going to be opposite of this. So now I can go this and up. And this arm will start to raise. Up, 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 up. Stretch her up, back, bent arm more, raise it. And then down just a little. I'm still gonna raise the arm just a little bit. I want to have the blink be sooner. I want to have the blink about here, maybe? So I can do that with my eyelids. And then change you to be... Oh, this is all coming back to me. Okay, so we have you. This is our downs. Maybe we should go further down. Really squash her. And we got this there. So I'm gonna continue her eye contact by moving her eyes up for that frame to close her eyes. And then have her eyes here. Be up. And then we open her mouth. Here. I want a big mouth. That. Haba. Haba baba. And then maybe at least I got her into the pose that I want. That kind of syncs pretty well. Ba 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 ba. Yeah, 1 frame later. Ba 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 ba. Let's move you closer. Okay. Let's see how that is with rest of context. Obviously, it's a little. This is next shot, so we'll have to expand this to be slower. Don't want to have it be so long that then she opens her mouth and it goes away. Because it could just stay on screen and then cut to new shot here. Because I don't have it. Because then I have the reaction of Derpy going, oh yeah, you're right. And then it here, flip it around. And then by this point, the speech bubble is gone. I think I'll do that. Door open, Derpy fly off. So I have that be later. It's gonna add more time. Like this, and then this can go for like a second. So this is gonna be a lot longer. So usually I find it annoying when there's a keyframe like on the last frame. So I'm gonna get rid of this. Let's see. Do you have the full house rendered in that background as in the full exterior? Essentially, yeah, it's just kind of tucked away. I have the establishing shot at the beginning here. So it starts with this. I could just run it. So there's a little a little issue. Let's fix that. How to fix it? But yeah, the house is here. Why isn't it changing? It's changing because it's 2 frames inside of here. So what we'll do is just say single frame on one, and on last frame also be a single frame just in case. And then I set this up to be right with that. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, don't mind the rave house there. Yeah. Okay. I would say the timing of that doesn't make sense, so we'll rewind. So we got play. So we zoom in a little bit so we see the house for like a second. And then we get this. So the rest of this doesn't make sense. It could speed up by the, yeah. By the second or the second and third ones might be a little faster. And then we got all of this. Ooh, we got a different director on our hands here. Let's see. So it works any better. You could have the camera follow Derpy upwards. Oh, okay. And then the speech bubble appears at the bottom of the screen from mom's direction and Derpy flies back. Ooh. Okay. So we could essentially cut here before this. So we could be here. And then you're saying here to have the speech bubble be at this screen. And then be like, wow, Derpy, come back. And then Derpy's here and going, oh yeah, you're right. And then in this screen spots back. And then we get this. So then we don't get that. I don't know. I'm gonna have like we have the hat, and then we have, let's see. We have the sunscreen. Yeah, maybe we could do that for the first one. We could do your idea for the first one, and then we could do it the way that I was gonna do it for the sunscreen, and were to be her talking on screen, and then the toilet to be like on the same thing there. And then this needs to be, with the picnic basket needs to be on the same screen. So we can't have that. So we could do that. I don't know if the visual of this speech bubble, of how that'll look later. Against the sky background, basically. So we'll cut. So right here we cut. I'm gonna move this over and then cut here. And then here we have the speech bubble now being at the bottom like that. And then we can move, obviously we can change all of this. I think I broke because I didn't have a keyframe there. Oh, she gets kind of bigger. I'm just redoing what I did before, because I messed that up. Okay. Let's read how hard it is to get that to look good. Okay. But we do get a little bit like, wait a minute, Derpy. We get a little like, huh, wait. And then, boop. We'll fix it. How are we gonna fix it? We're gonna do, maybe we could cut all of this. I think it kind of works. We could do this 1 or 2 frames later. 2 frames later. And then I think it's the sudden, because this cloud formation here looks about the same, so I might need to change this cloud shape or something. Maybe it needs to be smaller. Yeah. Or can I, or what I mean am I? Where's the cloud? Should be in here. It's not some weird. Oh, there we go. I was gonna cut, so I want it to be slightly zoomed in as well. So I was gonna have it be slightly zoomed out on these, and then the next shot will be here closer, so we could have a little bit more. Oh wait, the YouTube thing will be in the way. That's the only thing I'm now thinking about. My YouTube channel overlay is gonna be here. Yeah, let me see if I can get a whatever. If I could open my YouTube short and then see where the buttons are. And see if that's gonna be an issue. Ah, stop. Okay. Here's all the buttons. Cause like I guess it won't be too bad, but maybe on mobile it might be a little weird. Because I'm thinking that the position of where that speech bubble is pretty big. It'll be right here. But it's something to consider. These will be away. I think if you play it, then those go away, right? Yeah. On mobile, these buttons are like overlaid on top, and I don't think you can get rid of those to be like, it's like a fixture on every bubble, on every video. All of these buttons are literally laid on top, so makes designing for shorts way even harder than even it already is. You know, it's like, I gotta do it in vertical format. Oh, and also watch out for buttons are gonna be overlaid on top, so make sure nothing's overlaid. Nothing's gonna be right there. Ugh. Speech bubble could be directly underneath Derpy Mother with a super long tail. Ooh, okay. So change the design of it. Can I do that? These are shapes. Okay. Yeah, now we can imagine what it looks like. That this might work. I have it. Yeah. Here. And you can be here. It's higher, and then I'll have to go through every. I guess it's not that many. Kind of want to do 2 versions of this in that case. For now, it kind of works. I don't know. We'll think about it then. I want to keep saying activate, but I guess just act on it. I wanted to change the clouds for some reason. Okay. That's my next trick is to do that. Find out where my clouds went. Where'd they go? Where'd my clouds go? Okay. Okay. So that's that. I'm essentially making like a whole bunch of shots into like one scene here, so that's why it's a little weird, because I want to be able to move the whole shot scene like this if I want to. So I want it really zoomed in right to here, and then we'll add more time here for a whole bunch of stuff for it to be like, hey, what? Oh, and then flip and then spin back, and then maybe like cut on action in some form, and then have her go back inside the house. And then she does that like 4 times. Yeah. So this section here. So where she gets like, huh, you're right. This needs to be, it's gonna be a little bit longer. Yeah, enough for to like the speech bubble to kind of go away. It's still here. Sync. And then we do that a whole bunch of times. And then we get the picnic basket, and then that's it. And thankfully, because I got this whole section done, I'm just gonna retrofit this to be the new ending. This is, yeah. Imagine that I wanted to do all of this, everything, like last year. I think at that time I was trying to do college applications where I had to do just so much to do, and I was like, should I work on anything during that time? And I was like, maybe not. So I was like, okay, let's scale back some of these stories that I wanted to do at that time. So I scaled all of everything of this whole story down to just this one section here, and made this into just a post. So now I'm gonna do the entire thing. Gonna work on all of this tonight, basically, to get all of this done. Yeah, let's replay. Rewind. So, animation itself is not gonna be too tricky. I mean, you see, like, I got most of that, first or so shot done. So, that's not gonna be too much. And then, thankfully, this is a lightsaber that all this is done. Let's see. So, let's go together. As much as I can probably do tonight on stream. So it's 2:31, so I could have a lunch. And then get back to it. And do the rest of the y'all here. So it's probably gonna be, I don't know, probably even like 30 seconds for this first sky section. This is done. This is only 7 seconds. So it's probably gonna be 35-40 seconds. But we already animated about, how far did we get? Roughly 4 plus 7, 12 out of 40. A fourth. We already got more or so, less than a fourth done. Is that a quarter? Maybe? Yeah. So yeah, I'm just wrapping up now. Yeah. Thankfully shorts can be longer than a minute now. So that's nice. Remember like trying to do the first shorts? I was like, okay, I guess they'll just have to be like 5 seconds then. Let's see. Did you make more frame-by-frame animations for school after the alien one? I didn't have an animation class this semester for spring, so I didn't have an opportunity. I will have next semester, this following semester in fall. Will be 2D digital drawing, illustration, and 3D modeling of some kind. So, still not animation. Oh, I think we'll have Project Class 2, and that'll have, I think that's a film, or at least a short film. So that, yeah, I think for that team project will be animation. So that might be 2D. But it's weird because they always want to, like, with the school, it's like, hey, you know, we really, you know, rely so heavily on game stuff and game engine stuff. That's like, the first project class was like 90% just learning Unreal Engine. And then it's like, oh yeah, producers do this and how to be good people, you know, how to be a good teammate. But okay, so when you press X in Unreal Engine, then this will happen. And it's like, whoa. Like you're just learning Unreal Engine more than how to be a good partner for projects. So it was basically like an intro to Unreal Engine more than anything else. But because of that, they think that we now know everything about Unreal Engine. And it's like, okay, you're gonna make a film. Well, of course, then you're gonna use Unreal Engine to make your film, right? And not use 2D industry standard applications like Flash and Toon Boom and whatnot. You're gonna use game engines to animate. And it's like, I guess that makes sense for game cinematic people, or wanting to make indie games of, you know, or a studio, or make a game with animations of stuff. But it's like, okay, Uh, really only the intro to animation had, what was it? It's not Clip Studio. Is it TV Paint? Where we use TV Paint, so yeah. But yeah, otherwise no, I haven't done any. I haven't even done much projects to begin with, so, and then trying to like, force myself to do huge, frame by frame stuff is a little much. I guess the most I've done is, you know, these storyboards here, but these storyboards and animatics aren't that great. Midnight Mirrors has been going. Let's see if we can find some interesting pictures here that I did. Give you some teasers. Oh yeah, here's a teaser. How can I show this in a new tab? There you go. This is what I've been up to. This is a development thing, secret for Midnight Mirrors. I think it was to say that we had a character that was running forward towards us, and then I was trying to say like how should her tail kind of move if they're running forward into the camera. And I was like, hey, you know, hey animator, if you want to try and figure it out, you can put like a circle as a guide, and you can put little ticks to say like where along the arcs you want it to be, and so that'll make it sure that'll always be part of an arc, and so the tail flip can be on those points as it goes along. So I was trying to like add that as a little guide here. So this is much drawing that I've done in the last month, was making little these kind of doodles to say as animation guides. So I can find another one. Oh yeah, here's another tail one. Actually, an earlier one. An earlier doodle to say, hey, had like the same sort of thing happen, a little bit more in detail. If it's coming towards us, then the tail should be with this, and here's where the stripe should be. Sideways, this is where it kind of be like this, and there'd be a bend at that point, and little things there. So from the side, the curves kind of go in these shapes here. So I was like, of course you'll be able to do this. So the animator did a frame by frame animation, which looked pretty good. And I had some notes. So yeah. But yeah, otherwise, Midnight Mirrors has been like probably the slowest that it's ever been at this point, just in terms of progress. We had 3 animators, and then one got busy with a different project, and then one isn't really working on character animation as much, or their GPU exploded, so they're not able to exactly work right now. And the other one's working on that tail, so, and they spent about a month working on that tail process, and it's like, oh, yeah. Well, I was gonna show the video, but it's saying that an unexpected error occurred, so maybe not. If I open a new tab, is it okay? Sorta. So here's a spoiler for 805. If this shows up again, you can do it. You can load it. Come on. Get away, Jiminy. There we go. So it's a little hard to see anything. Let me check. Yeah. So I did the green on top. I could probably find this in DaVinci and show what the sequence of events is. But yeah, basically they started to animate a tail, and I was like, whoa, what are you doing? So on some frames it's like really high up, and it was at a weird angle or something. So you can see like some of this tiny purple line here was their line, and I was like, hey, can you make it like a little bit shorter? So this is my green line, like green lines to say, how about you pull it in or change the shape of it or like make the loop of it shorter? How about you try and remove some frames? So hopefully the green one looks good. But then they came back and then was like, hey, okay, I fixed it. And it's like, okay, you made it longer and didn't do my recipe, basically. Like I did this draw over for them to say this is what I think it should look like. And I was like, I'm the animation director. And it's like, I don't mean to sound prude, but it's like, I don't understand why you didn't just take what I gave you, you know? Like I literally gave you, I set you up for success with this. And they were like, I'm gonna continue with my version. And it's like, okay. And it's like I watched it and it's like, this doesn't make any sense with like arcs and it's like timings and like easings and like frames were so close to each other when it, at some points when they shouldn't be. And I was like, what are you doing? And it's like, I'm gonna clean it up. And it's like, how about you don't? Because we need more stuff going on in this scene. Like we need a sleeping character. We need, you know, a background. A whole bunch more stuff is supposed to be happening here. And it's like, geez, you know, there's too much to work on in this one shot. And I was like, okay, I guess if you're not gonna just take what I gave you and then go off on your own to try and figure it out, like you're just trying to be a trailblazer and be like, why? So yeah, let me see if I can find, open up DaVinci real quick, just because that's where I put all my video edits in. All my sequences of different iterations, so I can look at it pretty quickly. And then we'll call it a day. Well, you get to call it a day. I get to stay up and work on this Mother's Day video for who knows how long tonight. Yeah. Let's see if this... I had trouble opening things. Even my Discord doesn't... Like my app version of Discord doesn't want to open. So yeah, every time now if it like I've had to like open up the website version of the Discord. So yeah. Oh, it's loading. Oh, it's trying. Oh yeah, you get a pretty lady looking at the editing. Neat. Which I guess is historically accurate. A lot of like women have been film editors. Yeah, in film class, like film history, where we did like 100 years of film, we only watched like one movie directed by a woman, and the professor felt like so bad. Like he said like, oh no, I failed you guys. You know, it's like, oh no, I only did one movie directed by a woman. I'm sorry. That we had to watch. It's like, no, it's okay. Yeah. Okay. It finally loaded up the software. There you go. Where are we? Let's see if I can find it. Where are we? This huge timeline of everything going on. Is it? That's it. Okay. Sorry about that. We're back. Let's see. So yeah, so I stacked up all the editing to be like, yeah, this is what we got going on with different versions. This was our original version. I should learn how to operate this. Out. Okay, so just want to go through this real quick of what I've had to deal with for the last month or so. This was our original version that the animator sent to me to say, hey, does this look good? And I said, do you want to keep working on it? And they were like, yeah. The problem is that I don't think they really were like, yeah, this stinks or anything. And they were like, yeah, I'm just gonna keep working on it. And it's like, okay. And I think we changed direction of this shot. So now it's a different, this is the same shot, ID and sequence and stuff, but now it's a different, you know, tone. What we want to happen is, that looks good. Okay, well, check this out. What we want is to be her running towards the camera kind of deal, but we only really got her sequence here really going. Does this have my notes on it? Let's see if I can go into Fusion then. See if I can use these nodes. I'm using a mouse. Let's take paint out, put it directly into the media output instead, and this should be the original. So this is the first version. So this is what they'd send me, and it's like, great, okay, cool for you putting a black square underneath the, you know, black colored character. And then said, hey, does this look great, Yoshi? And it's like, you know, I just like squint and like see it. But yeah, if you start like breaking it down, yitty, of just like following the arcs of like where things are moving, I'm sure Cookie will be like, yes, of course. Let's see, of what's going on, of like, it's not horrible. I mean, it almost makes sense, it's the thing, but it's just like, it just doesn't, you know, you know, and it's like immediately from here to here. Like, how did you, if you're here, boop, boop, and it's like, whoa, you know, just following this trail of like where the tail's going, and then it's like, what the? I'm glad you guys like it. I guess I'm the only persnickety one that's like, this doesn't make any sense. I'm sure the running animation is mostly what's carrying it. And so if the tail is flapping enough, then it'll seem okay. I'm just looking at the exact frame by frame of where the positions and like form and shape of stuff is, of the tail itself. So I'm only really looking at, you know, this half of it. I'm just making sure that, does this make sense? You know, I'm just like on this, only this, does this make sense? And I'm just trying to look through it, and it's like, it's fast enough that you can almost have the persistence of motion, but if you really break it down, then it's like, I don't understand what's going on. So we went through it a couple times, and I gave this as a note. So now I got the green version, which is now my version of how I think it should change. You see this like more more of a shape tween shape into it, and then slowly morphing back into the original. Whereas the purple one, boop 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 boop, you know, it takes like twice as long to even get sort of close, and then it's still kind of like into its shape. So that's why I was like, I try to rein it in and try to make it make sense in some fashion. So then when I get to a new version provided by them with something like this, is what they sent, and it's like, oh, okay, you just colored in the way that you had it before. And it was like, okay. And then they sent this as the most recent version. And then we're like, hey, does this look good? And I'm like, why is it worse? So I had a fun trying to be sandwich compliment, you know, of being like, you know, you worked even harder on this, you know, on this version. I'm trying to get it. But then it's also like, no. Of like, what is this? Why is it changing, you know, mass? It's changing mass without changing shape. And it's like, what's going on? And then it whoops into here. It's the next frame. Boop. And it's like, how about bleh? And it's like, what? And it tries to go straight down. Like, we're trying to add up and down motion into it. But the shapes aren't shaping, you know? And it's like, this is... I'm going through, like, boop, 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 boop. And I'm like, what the... Because remember, like, you know, like my first green version drawover, you know, was like pretty, like, it was only like 12 frames. This is like 17 frames for a loop. And it's like, what is going, whoa, you know, it's just flopping around and it's like has no sense of anything going on. And I think there's like a one frame where like the, yeah, it goes back to not being colored in. And I was like, oh no. So I was like, okay, what do we do? You know, it's like, this is your most recent version, your latest version. I was like, okay, I guess we will put a pin on the tail. We'll put a pin in the tail and then say, yeah, let's work on the background, you know, get her to run towards the camera. We'll add the extra character. It's like what's happening is that all the characters are falling asleep. She's like, oh no, everyone's asleep around me. I gotta get out of here. And then she runs out. So, help. So, so the thing is that this is the other animator. So we go from one animator who made this, and then we cut to another animator, and they made this. Obviously it's much more dynamic, but it's like, what do you mean? If I have to, like, as a director, I have to make sure that everything's, you know, consistent, especially with my own animation, you know, for anything else. Because then later we get storyboard into another shot by another animator. All within, like, you know, like 20 seconds or something. We get 3 different animators working on this. There is animation, I don't know where that is exactly, might be somewhere else. I need a different sequence. Get this. I get this, yeah. So this is our kind of like portfolio of our group. So we got animator 1, who makes this. I can probably just let this play. So we get animator 1. And then we get animator 2. And then we get animator 3. This is 3. So, and I'm also working on this. You know, I got my own shots that I'm working on, you know. Like I animated like the very, very beginning, like some of these shots. Like I did pretty much everything, everything up to here. So I worked on a whole like minute's worth, just like straight up. So yeah. My loud most yeah. This is a, well, the thing is that everything that we've worked on is in a trailer. So that's the fun part, is that everything that I've been showing has been in a trailer. So, and most of what we've been doing work-wise has been included into a trailer. So everything's been public. So, and if it's not, then it'd be some Patreon something for fun or whatever. Like some of these sketches or something. I don't know. I doubt the director would be like, oh no, not our NDA thing, oh no. Because obviously at this point I'm like the only one who's gonna, I'm the only captain of this ship that knows what's going on enough that if I'm gone, then the project will probably just completely fall apart. So, I'm the only one who's keeping this whole ship alive at this point. Because the director is working has not been really posting as much. I don't think the last time I even remember him. Last time he like posted anything was like saying, "Hey, did everyone get money?" Like asking us, saying like, "Hey, am I right with where we are with payment? I don't know. Do you guys know where you guys are with payment?" So, I think he'd just be happy that I'm even still working on this at this point. If I spoil anything with any of this, I don't think he's gonna even notice or even care. To be like, "Oh no, Yoshi spoiled everything." I mean, I can spoil things, but nothing in here is gonna spoil it, so I'm not worried about that. Yeah. I missed something. Sometimes you just gotta go. Don't animate. I'll take care of it. Yeah. Yeah. Much better than Hasbro. Thank you. Appreciate it. Let's see. I think we showed most. Most of the swordboards there. It's all broken. Trying to see if there's anything else. Yeah, this is one of the other animators. I was like, it's pretty good, but I think I'd still have to go through it. There's a lot of like haws with like one framers, like boop, 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 you know, boop, 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 boop. And it's like, what the? Glasses aren't on for like one frame, and it's like it almost works. Is the thing is that it's just crazy like how some things almost are working, and then at most of the other times it's like, how does that even happen? You know, like some of this kind of stuff, and it's like, ugh. Oh, I think this guy likes to tween, and it's like, hey, can you, like, at what point are you gonna untween it? He's like, I don't know. when it's done, and then it's like he sent it to me as tweened, and it's like, oh man. So yeah, I don't know. I got me on a laptop I want to use. Animate. Like different poses. Ooh, awesome! Way to go, Brony. That's always admirable. Yeah. Is it Kina Master or Kind Master? I don't know. But yeah. It's just so close to working that's like it's just a little frustrating. Like it's all these little stuff that's like these mouths here. Oh brother, I don't know what he says. Where Nightfall is like, yeah. It's like this animator spends so much time on like adding new faces and stuff and makes cool stuff, but then it's like the actual animation of like how things move to me feels uncanny, and then it's like, oh no, you know. What was that? Like, there's somebody like, what was like? Hey, go back. You know, it's like go back. It's tick. What the? You know, everything starts breaking when. And then we're here, and it's like, you're cutting that action. Like actually, she's still her legs up, and she's like still rotating. Beep boop beep, and then she's on the ground. Her leg that was up is on the ground, and then she's in this pose, and then we're just gonna continue to walk. And it's like, oh man, you know, it's like you're just so close, but then it's like, oh man. Hi Irish, it's okay. I kind of worked on where is it? Worked on this enough tonight that I'm working, kind of going off what else I've been working on. Hopefully this Mother's Day video will be done by tomorrow. I'll try and get it as a YouTube short, hopefully by Sunday afternoon. Well, I guess. How would that work? If it's 9 a.m. Pacific or something. I don't know. That's usually when I wanna. That's what I'm shooting for. So, it's about 30 seconds or 40 seconds. But yeah, I'm now showing like Midnight stuff. My other animation director debut. Yeah. Cool. Cool. not coming to the last couple streams, that's okay. If you watch the VODs, then I'm happy with that. Yeah. Whatever, Mom. It's like some of the stuff works. It's great. It's just that, I don't know. I feel like I still have to like... This guy's great at walk cycles. But then it's just everything else that's just, I feel, starts to fall apart. Whatever, Mom. And then like sees one framer and says like, what? I animated this. Why is it slow? The director was like, that's too fast. I'm gonna, in post, slow it down and then ramp it up. So I like doing stuff like that, I guess. So anyway, and then it just keeps going. This whole pilot's like half hour. And we got all of this. This is on twice. This is one version of it, and there's another version. So that only comes up to like a minute. Yeah. You forgot it's every week. I think did we do a trailer of this? Hopefully, probably. I don't know. Again, it's not gonna spoil anything. The only thing will just be, even with this, we somehow in the trailers we spoiled the last couple seconds. Like this, the last couple seconds literally is in the trailers. So I don't understand. Like literally the entire like twist of what's going on, and it's like, yeah, let's put that into, you know, trailer like a year, you know, a year ago. So you already got spoiled by the director themselves. So I don't need to. But yeah, a lot of this is just took forever to get through the animation process of it, and it's like it's so simple looking. Like I don't want to say I would animate this quicker, but it's just like a lot of like telephone to be like, okay, so don't have it look like that. Or a lot of like stuff that I care about of like, hey, wait a minute, her neck's weird, you know, on that frame. But yeah, a lot of it was, now it's still media on live. Media offline, it doesn't exist. And I get to the school. I mean, half of this isn't set up either. But it's just like so, it's like a weird animation jump scare of like quality jump scares. Like, oh wait a minute, like this animator is really, really great, and I love him. And then we cut to the other animator for like one shot, and it's like, oh. It's like, what's going on behind their eyes? I don't know what they're feeling, man. You know. So, and then we cut to back to them, and it's like, oh my god, this is great. And then they're not that great at walk cycles either, or it just took forever to really set this up. The background artist did really great. It's also a little tiny, whatever this is like a stress ball kind of thing. There's like a one shot later near the end where there's a great poster. But yeah, it's just like this, trying to keep it consistent. I made like a whole PDF of how things should work, or how things should look. And so it's kind of up to them to be like, stop animating, you know, how you feel you should. Yeah, it's this one. This was originally supposed to be like a whole... Yeah, the background artist made this. I said, hey, can you add a poster of like the hang in there cat? And they're like, sure. And they drew a hang in there cat. And I was like, okay, great. This is like your first week, so it's okay. Usually we like to ponify everything, you know, make it a pony. And then they were like, okay. My dad took a bit. And then it's like, it was really well rendered. And I was like, maybe that's, I don't know. If it's like super well rendered and like fully, you know, seeable, then I was like, I don't know. So we set to like mosaic it or something to make it more blurry, just so you don't really look at a huge like HD poster that's just on the wall on here. So yeah, there was like 10 iterations of this basically. Of just this poster that I think might only be seen in like 2 shots, but that's why I wanted it to be simple, because it's gonna be seen in 2 shots, so I was like, don't worry about it. But they were like, yeah, I'm gonna make a hyper-realistic horse or cat or something. I don't know. Let me cut up back to where we were. Yeah, full circle. Yay. So yeah, and then this is all the... I think I moved discs. I moved like a whole bunch of discs onto like a different SD, so all of this isn't really... None of it got transferred correctly, so I'll have to set that up. So I've been slowly rebuilding it. Just because DaVinci can't find an exact location, just because I changed hard disks, so that's why. But yeah, at the beginning of the year, the director was like, okay guys, we're gonna finish it this year by Christmas 2026. And I was like, huh? And then by like Easter, he was like, okay, we're gonna finish like this whole section, like this whole, what is this, 4 or 5 minutes. Can you guys finish like 3 or 4 minutes worth in like, I don't know, 3 or 4 months? And it's like 4 or 5 minutes is like 2 or 3 times more than we've done in like a year. And you want fully animated 5 minutes? That's like 2 or 3 times more than we've done in less time you want? And it's like, oh, I don't think so. So we still haven't animated everything yet. Even now, you know, that was in April where we had the video. So we only really got like, you know, like a couple of sections here and then a couple of sections here and there. And I think he skipped everything that we did have actually animated. Like, obviously this doesn't really work until we have the rest of the characters. So, yeah, we skipped a bunch of this. This is my storyboards to like do a redo, a re-scratch of the storyboards. So, and then we still get a whole bunch of, yeah, just, these get animated somewhere, but yeah, it's just not really set up quite great yet. So, I mean, what would you guys do if like someone sent this, you know, to be like, hey, animation director, I made this, and they say, hey, what should I improve? And it's like, what do you, can you, okay, so you want to, you know, do I go through it or be like, do I assume that they know it? Or like, if they don't say, hey, I'm gonna fix this, you know, then do I assume that they don't know that it's an issue? You know, I just never know. So I just go through and like I make entire like, you know, full screen size worth of words of directions of saying, hey, here's like an itemized list of what to change to fix it, just because you didn't say, you aren't aware enough to be like, this is something I will fix, you know? Because I would be like, hey, you know, you're clipping on the ear, this is a little off, you know, the expression's also kind of weird, this is clipping there, you know, watch out for that. I even like, it's in one of my notes to say, hey, can you close her eyeball? Like her eyes doesn't actually close for like a frame. And then they're like, hey boss, what should I do next? And it's like, they sent me this, and it's like, ow, what the? Yeah. You know. Well, whoops, yeah. Sorry about that. It's just been on my mind for years. I don't know. I mean, they've received all these huge logs already of what's been what's been off. So, yeah. they've always been really, like, really positive. I super admire that. I feel like if I received, like, a whole list of, like, things to change, I'd be, like, so demotivated. But they're awesome. They're like, yeah, alright, boss, you know, you're right. I should change that. They're like, yeah, I forgot to mention that I was gonna do that. That's gonna be the next thing to do. You got it. And it's like, yeah. It was just a great attitude about it. It's been the best thing about it. I'm just always scared of like, ooh, am I coming off too hard? They've always been like, yeah, you're right. I'll get that next time. And yeah. So, I don't know. I'm glad that they see me as a leader, so that I can say something and they'll be like, yeah, sure. This is way bigger of a project that I definitely can't do myself in a timely manner. Of like, look how much stuff there is to do for a half hour. So, yeah, I would definitely need their help to do this. But also, probably, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. The problem is that I probably could have done this faster. If we needed to do this within like a year, then help was definitely great. But because it's been like 3 years with them, it's like, oh, maybe I should have just done this myself. You know, at what point it's like, you know, if I did this by myself and then just worked on this for like 2 years, is that better or worse than hiring 5 people to then take it 5 years to complete? You know, if it takes 2 or 3 times longer in years worth, is that better? The problem is that it's so inconsistent of like all these little things of like one framers, and it's like, which shouldn't be an issue, but because I have to bring it up and then they have to act, you know, execute on it, that then it takes time, you know? So, I don't know. Yeah. Right. So, yeah, either way. This is an interesting project that I'm glad to be on, and I'm glad to still be on it. But yeah, just kind of, at this point, I'm just kind of ran out of motivation. To be like, okay guys, you know, we're dragging our feet. It's pulling teeth at some points. Of like, can you guys just, I don't know, if I say, and then you fix the ear, and then I come back, and then they're like, give me like a daily the next day, and it's not done, and they say, and usually they like writing some sort of change log, but a lot of times they just say, update for today, exclamation mark, and then post a video, and that's it. And I'm like, what, you know, what did you, hang on, what did you do? I don't, what did you, huh? You know, I have to like look for it. And then I'd see stuff that I said in the last day's revision log to say, hey, revise XYZ. And then the next day I see none of that done, and then they kind of do something else, and they say update, and it's like, oh, okay, great. Are you gonna work on what I said a day ago? And they're like, nah, I don't know. Or they don't really communicate enough to be like, probably they don't really communicate to say, yes, I will. Like there's no commitment in a way, you know. Or it's just like, oh yeah, I didn't really understand, or my miscommunication, or there was a miscommunication, and it was like I just wrote it out, hopefully as clear as I could, and drew pictures. I was like, oh okay. So now I'm trying to say, hey, if there's any, you know, anything that you think you don't understand, or you feel like you have an idea for what I'm trying to say, but you're just not sure, 100,000%, please ask. And then they were like, yeah, sure. No, I got it. Yeah, no problem. And then they come back and it's like, oh. And it's like, oh, you didn't understand. And it's like, okay, how can I explain this differently or something? And it's like, it gets hard. So just doing that every day has been hard. Ugh. So then I get again back to the wrap around to the point of like, should I have just done this myself? And it's like, I don't know. There's a lot to it, and then it would have been all responsibility on my head, you know, being like, okay, well, why didn't Yoshi do this right or something? I don't know. People just want to pick apart anything. So, either way, glad to have him on. And I love them. Their improvement has been really something to be probably shouldn't be burping at the same time as complimenting them. They are great. I'm enjoying working with them, what they produce, especially the background artists. Like a lot of these backgrounds are really well done. Just really happy with a lot of stuff that's been worked on with these backgrounds. That's something I'm definitely not great at. So I'm definitely happy with a lot of these backgrounds. Like we got a new background artist just to work on a couple of these, and it's like we gave him this background as a reference of just this, and they were like, oh, okay. And they made a bunch of these backgrounds, and it's like, cool. Like this really lines up with everything else we've done, and it's great. So a lot of this probably needs shading. So that's me on my end, where I do a lot of the post-production and editing. So to add all the special glows and stuff, gotta add the glow. So it's like I just want the animation to be great, so then I can just plop in a shadow or something and then call it done, you know? Rather than be like, ah, oh, geez, this isn't working. What do I do? You know, this animation's not quite up to my snuff, and it's like, ah, oh, man. You know? So it's like, how do I get there? And if I just list a whole bunch of stuff, I guess that's not what people like seeing, or what those animators don't like to look at. And it's like, I think having a list of stuff is probably good, so then it can just be like, okay, I finished that, check off. I did that, check off. And then do it daily and say, look, I did X, Y. And I'll be looking at it and be like, okay, well. You know. See ya, who was that? See ya, White. Thank you. See you in your short. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you remember, so I think I'll put you in the description to say Patreons and YouTube members. So, thank you. Yeah, bye-bye. Yeah, take care. So, but yeah. A lot of this is really good. I'm just, you know, I get too persnickety or very, very, very minute with things. Especially because I feel like I have some sort of sense of control over it, you know, and be able to say like, hey, how about her, like, move there and, you know, change this and change that. That I feel like I don't know if I'm obligated or just that, like, I have the authority to be able to change things as I see fit. So it's like, when I don't see it, or like when I see it in a different type of misconstrued way than what I imagined, then it's like, oh. It's like, try again or something. And that's what we were doing with the tail for like a month to get the tail somewhere. The tail here to be set up right. Or at least in a more or less, I don't know, it works, but then you slip over to here and like it's so, this tail is so not springy, or it's not, it's flappy. So I was like, okay, to make it even consistent with even the rest of the animation of everything else that's coming out before and after it, maybe we should have it be less full flap like that, to be like a less of a flag flap, and more just more heavier or something. And some of the, yeah, having it be frame by frame with the tail makes it more animated than everything else in the scene, that I said that is like, we don't want to have like the entire focus be on a tail too. So having less frames or like much more intended, much more frames with intent was what I was looking for. So I guess that's too much to ask for. Yeah. Okay. Appreciate that, Brody. Either way. Okay. Where is my storyboard for one of these? Probably shouldn't have like duplicate versions of these sequences. Oh well. Ooh. These storyboards are great. Yeah, definitely the storyboards in the backgrounds is what I left them to work on. Was for the team to work on. I just let them work on that, and then I just worked on these. So, because I'm sure my walk cycles aren't that great. Walk at, like, look at this and it's like, I'm sure I can fix that. But you feel like the directing of it feels more consistent, I guess, across everything. Because like it's a single vision of just like how to get her out of the scene, out of this scene, and then following her, and then into the next shot, and then look up, and then into here, and then there. And like this whole sequence just works to me really, really well, and really, really fluid. So then when I see something with like Daybreak like way later, in that other shot of her going through the castle, that then I was like, what the? You know, it's like it felt so disconnected. If each shot felt different. Here you are. Because then you get to here, which is like the other animator who worked on it. And it's like we're running, and then I guess we're running, and then we're right here, and then looking this way. And it's like, that's what the storyboard said. So it's like, yeah. But I don't know. Obviously with a background would help in shading, but it just feels like the directing of like where she's looking and like feeling also doesn't really have much going on, especially whatever's going on here, you know, like her eyes kind of bug out, and then let me look forward. We go from a worried into like a separate worried. Like this is more like, I don't know, you know, kind of like looking away feeling, and then it's like boop, and then she's like full on frontal with face, and then like some sort of mouth. So there's a lot of like things here. I don't know, that I feel like I could pick this up punch, you know, a lot more. And I was like, okay, And then, yeah, so a lot to do. And it's like, I'm not even working on this really of like animating this, and in a way it's like I am animating it. I'm just telling someone else to do it. It's almost like AI in that point of like getting different iterations based on like prompting it, you know. It's like I prompt it to say, hey, and then Daybreak runs across, and then I get this back, and it's like, okay, computer, fix A by Z, D into different ways, and then I get something else different. But it's like it's human, so it's like, how do I, you know, feel for them? You know, it's like, no, computer, fix this now. Ugh, so just realized that. That's great. You know, if this was AI, I'd be like, I wouldn't feel like I have this amount of control. You know, it's the thing. So this has to be handmade, just so we can be like each individual frame, you know, have the eyeball, you know, so this is one of my doodles. you know, this is my notes to say like, hey, have the set of the eye, you know, things be here, have it be like this, and have the eyeball here. And it's like, how is this? How do you look at this and be like, I don't know what to do? You know, and here's another frame, you know? And then the eye is open. Let's try and help him out. Yeah. So, okay. I think we're good. Any questions? Ugh. I did ask the director to be like, hey, you know, the director was like, hey, we should have, like, hey Yoshi, how should we have consistent uploads? And it's like, what do you mean? Like, we're just working on one big thing. Like, we're working on a 30-minute pilot. Like, how are we gonna have consistent uploads? Like, what? We've already spoiled the ending, so it's like, well, what else do we matter? We're like, we're so slow at animating that there's no way to have consistent uploads, you know? Like, that tail took a month. That was like one element in one shot, you know? There'd be no way to have like whole scenes or shots, you know, complete every month. Like, that's not happening, you know? That's, you know. So it's like, okay, so I proposed to say, hey, how about you, director, you do a fireside chat, you know, every whatever, you know, time duration you want to be consistent, and do these kind of live streams or something, you know, pre-recorded or live stream, to say, hey, you still care about your community. Like, you're there and the face of it, so how about you be there to answer, you know, do any questions or something, do Q&A or say what's going on. So and he was like, yeah, I'm open to it. And that's been like 3 or 4 months, and we haven't talked about it since. So, and we haven't had any updates since Easter, which isn't that long, but it feels like a long time. So I don't know. Anyway, okay. Boop boop ba doo. Because I got a different question and I'm hiding. Where'd I go? Peekaboo. Boop. There we go. Hello. Let me get chat here. There you go. I put derpy emojis. Let's see. Might as well see you next week. Yes. Respect your mothers for Mother's Day. And if you want the emotes, does it show up? Yeah. If you want these emotes out here, I don't have a mouse. I can sort of highlight them. These emotes are for being a member. So there should be a join button on the live stream, or any kind of any video, or even on my main channel. There's a way to join, and then you can get those emojis. Let's see if I can quickly, very slowly click through YouTube to get to my. I don't see a button for it. Can I click on my own stream? Maybe I could just pause it. Yeah, there we go. This won't break anything. Oh god, it's breaking. Let's see. So I'm setting it up. Okay. So this is paused of my live stream, which, look at you, it's you. Yeah, there's a join button. You need to click the join button. Yeah. Ooh, there's a promo. 100% off your first month. Why do I have that? So I clicked on that join button on PC. On mobile, it should be probably somewhere. But yeah. But then you get the muffin next to your name. So every time you comment, there'll be a little muffin next to you. And then you get the custom derpy emotes. You get the Yeti too. Yeah. Bye, BFF. You got it. So I feel like I've done my membership spiel twice today. So consider it. Yeah, not like the other YouTubers are like yelling and saying, "You better subscribe now." I never get the for a cookie one. Like, is it a computer cookie? Because even then, it almost makes sense of it being like a cookie to bookmark the channel? Is that what it means? Because I usually just get upset that I don't actually receive a cookie. You know, sub for a cookie. Huh. And whatever to join the dark side, we have cookies. I heard that like in elementary school, and I was like, I don't get it. Anyway. Is it in the same vein? Okay. Random humor from 2000s? Okay. Keep thinking it's cookie trackers. Yeah, cookie trackers in some way is like the website cookie type of thing. So anyway, yeah, I could be yelling at you to say like, hey, you better sub and join and I'll give you a cookie. And people like put it on like their YouTube banners. Like they put a PNG of a cookie on there. And it's like, why? Is there a reason? Like, I can try and look it up. Where'd my chat go? Where'd you guys go? I don't see it. Oh, it's giving me... Okay, well, either means a submarine or something that two people can do intimately. So I don't think it's either of those. I'm looking at Urban Dictionary and that's not helping either. It's saying that it's from Mr. Beast, which I guess, is he still saying that? I don't even know. It's essentially the default YouTuber subscription phase used by generic YouTubers with no personalities. That's spam channels with no originality and only creating YouTube videos for the money. r/funny. Jeez. So anyway, yeah, I don't do that because I have a horse, I have a personality. What? Anyway, close that. Yeah. So enjoy now if you like. I can't do it. Only your finger can do it. Be the one who does it. But yeah, it does help. Makes me happy. Obviously, it is just a drop in a bucket. But it's only just a drop in a bucket if it's only like one or two of you guys. So, but it does help me with getting my money back that I deserve with the YouTube bank. The YouTube bank only opens for people that have $100. So I have like 70 or something right now. So I cannot knock on YouTube's bank to say, hey, can I have my money? And they would say, no, you're not rich enough. And I'd be like, oh, okay, I'll come back later. So I think that pool does go in the join membership pool. I think that does go into that YouTube money pool. So that does help. Because that means I actually get paid. Otherwise I can't. It's locked up. So yeah. So yeah, consider that. Subscribing alerts. Alerts are good too. Obviously, I have alerts for the streams. I guess would help a couple of you guys, but probably helpful when I get back into posting because I'm on summer break. So I was so scared that I would get a fail on one of my classes and I had to do a class in summer. So thankfully that didn't happen. Ugh. Hope you manage to get 100 money soon. Thank you. Wish I can, but I don't have a YouTube to have my card. Don't want YouTube to have my card. Oh, interesting. Yeah, well, you probably have to be... Well, yeah, to have a YouTube account, it's recommended that you're 13. Because I don't think you can even open a credit card until probably you're 18 or something, at least in America. USA, when can open credit card? So I feel like I had it when I was like a teenager. Yeah, you have to be 18. If you're under 21, you might be able to do some other stuff. You must be at least 18 in America to have a credit card in your own name. But you're between 18 and 20, you may need to provide financial information. So anyway, I don't know if that's your reason, but if you just don't want YouTube to just have your credit card numbers, that makes sense. I feel like I had a debit card. I had a debit card first. I mean, can you open a debit card? That's not how you spell it. Legal age options for minors? Whoa. Thanks, Bing. You're not giving me a number. Let's go to Google. And then type the same thing in. And then hopefully just get an AI response that says 6 to 13. What? Yeah, I had it when I was like, I don't know, 15, I guess, 16, I don't know. I remember I had a debit card for a while. And then be like, okay, I guess you're okay for a credit card now. And I was like, but I'm so good with my debit card. Like, you know, why do I need a credit card? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, the whole idea of the debit card is that you can't buy things of money that you don't have the money of, you know. If something costs $100, then it's like, but I only have 99. I guess I can't buy it, you know, with that logic. That makes sense, you know. I can't buy the giga yacht, you know, the giant yacht, because I don't have the money for it. But I guess I could technically on credit and then pay it off when I'm dead. You know? Like, yeah. This whole money thing makes sense when you buy things with what you have. Guess it's impossible to, like, have, you know, a lot for, like, a car might be hard. Of just, like, disposable liquid money, but it's like, I don't know. That's just, you know, that'd be a different type of balancing, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. So anyway, join to help me have my money that I got. And you get cute little derpy emojis, like one that I could try and add. Hello. There you go. Hello. And you get a little animation that shows up too. Okay. Because YouTube's getting worser. That's a word. That's fair. I don't know. Haven't been following it too much. Like super recent stuff. Did YouTube TV get higher? I feel like that's a thing. The price for cable TV YouTube got higher. I think the amount of ads has been increasing too steadily. I got premium, so I don't have to worry about that as much. I know premium's also going up. That'd be ugh. But yeah, everything's getting pricier. So yeah, I mean, honestly, just for the, I don't know. If you really do like a person, like if you really value a person's creative content or something, I feel like that shouldn't outweigh your stance on boycotting the whole system in a way. I don't know. 'Cause that money would be partially given to me, you know? So, I don't know how you want to view that. Yeah. I mean, you're still on the system anyway, like you have an account and you're still communicating and actively communicating with on the YouTube. So, you're not outright boycotting it then, if that's the case. And even, yeah, if you watched this video, then I think you would have gave them money with the ads I have at the front. Hopefully I got them. Or any other video you watch too. So you have to have like ad blockers and a whole bunch of other plugins to break YouTube, but they don't like that. So YouTube wants to crack down on all ad blockers and then charge more money. So yeah, I get it now. Yeah. Oh well. I think I should wrap it up soon. So if there's anything last topics, we can do that. I'm gonna wrap it up. Otherwise, I'm gonna say where we are calendar-wise again. Let's see. Okay. Boop, doop, doop, doop. There you are. I'm floating. Boop, there you go. Trying to think about it. Yeah, I hope you consider. Where did I go? I want to click this one. Okay. We are here, which Mother's Day is here. So, go respect a mom tomorrow. However you want to do that, I don't know. Be respectful to Mom Day. And then I'll do a video on that. Or that'll be when my video goes up. Hopefully. I only got like, I don't know, not that much time. I would technically have less than 24 hours. Okay. So next week's stream, we'll do Lego Yoshi and hopefully finish that maybe? Because I want to finish that before Yoshi Mysterious Book comes out. And then I'll play Yoshi's Woolly World instead. And then, depending on how long that'll take, that'll get us up into June already. So, then Star Fox. So, do got almost everything set up. Oh yeah, I do want to have the, I want to get the snowball game done here. Haven't written that yet. Snowball game. Where we have Derpy stuck inside the snowball, and she goes, "Uh-oh, I'm stuck." And then she's on the hill. Hopefully release date around then. So that take that with a where are we? We're already here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, 5, 6, 7, 8. About 7 weeks. That seems okay enough, maybe. Yeah, I'll try for that. Obviously, it might go into July, but that'd be kind of weird. So June 30th is perfectly fine. So yeah, we'll see. I don't know. But yeah, that's the next goal, is that, and I'll have most of June to figure that out. So this will just be a 1-day project with the Mother's Day is also gonna be done by then. So then I'll have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or so weeks to do that, and we'll play Yoshi games until then, and Star Fox. Yay! We'll have plenty of talk about the Star Fox by then too. So we'll discuss that by a whole month and a half or so. Until then. So yep. Okay. Now I can wrap it up. That went on for a while, didn't it? I took too much time on Metaverse, didn't I? You got me talking. I like yapping. Let's see. Okay. Thank you guys for watching. Yeah. Whether or not you support YouTube is also your choice, but if you do, then also consider joining. So, yay. And subscribing and all that fun stuff too. I don't have cookies, but I hope, you know, my appreciation is full of gratitude towards you if you do. So, thank you. Okay. Thank you. It's an extreme, hopefully. Thank you. If you consider that, I'll take that as a as your respect. Shut up, Chacha. There you go. Bye, Cookie. Bye, Irish. Bye, everyone. Bye, bye. Okay. See you next time. Thank you. Bye, bye.